hits 1,000, we will get $7 or 500 so far. I dropped it last night. But yeah, dude.
1,000 on this video alone.
Yeah, on a video alone. This is all Colts fans being like, you didn't even watch this game. They were so good. I'm like, God,
Okay,
damn it.
You still almost lost the Patriots.
You literally won by 1 point in the last second of the game, and your guy had a 50% passer rating. And since he's been back from being benched, he's like 44 and 95.
Yeah, dude.
Like, get the hell out of here. What are you talking about?
With interceptions and fumbles.
Because,
to go
like,
along.
here's the thing. I did watch the game, but I went back and put on the YouTube, like, replay of every Colts offensive play. And I still had the same opinion. I was like, this guy doesn't look very good in the pocket. He looks scared, and he throws wicked passes to, like, triple coverages. Like,
Yeah.
I would tell you.
A
He
recipe
has legs.
for
That's
disaster.
like it.
That's it.
That's literally, he should play running back.
Okay.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wombo Combo Show. My name's Ben Kepler.
I'm Lou Bertha. I'm back.
He's back.
He's back. And I'm Ben Uconis.
What's up, everybody? We're going to be going over stuff for Week 14 this week. Like Lou said, he is back after his hiatus. We're going to be taking a look first probably at the Thursday night game here with the Packers and Lions. That was a dope game. And then we'll break down everything for Week 14. This is a big week for everybody. This is fantasy football. Are
I'm
you
not gonna
clinching?
do it. I'm not gonna do it. Keurig stole my spot.
I think he did.
He's getting hot at the right time. I was trying to sneak in at 6, and he's gonna do it. I can't do it.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
He's running the Josh Jacobs train for sure. Talon, before we get into it, dude, I would stick with Mixon and Cup. I wouldn't go for Neighbors and Hall unless you're in a dynasty.
No
brother.
way.
Let's pop into this first game here. That's that Packers Lions NFC North game that was on Thursday night. This was a shootout.
Oh yeah.
This was definitely a shootout.
A shootout with Jaden Reed doing
Ooh,
nothing.
boy.
No.
Oh, man, if you're in any of the Discords or group
goodness,
texts that I'm a part of in fantasy football, I was going off on Matt LaFleur. Dude, like you just said, they didn't even look his way. Like
no, dude.
No, they
Like, it
didn't.
was weird, man.
watching the entire game, he would drop back, and I'd be like, okay, Jaden Reed's on the right side. I just need him to take a drop-down look to the right side. And every time, progression. 1, 2, 3. Jaden Reed's 4. Nah, throwing it to 3 every time. So, if you played Jaden Reed, you are bumming so far
He
this
had
week.
what? Just like one attempt, right?
He had one target, which he
dropped it.
dropped it
Yeah.
for 2 yards.
Yeah. So it was like,
Useless.
I don't know.
Completely useless. I don't know if they just got mad at him or what, but Dontavian Wicks ended up being the wide receiver 2 in this game instead of Jaden Reed. Like I said, if you played Jaden Reed, like me, you're probably bumming to start the week. But it ain't over yet, folks. It ain't over yet. Let's take a look at some stats for the Packers here. Jordan Love, 12 of 20, 106 yards and a touchdown.
200.
Oh, I'm sorry, 200. Yeah, sorry, guys. Getting over a
No,
cold.
no interception.
No
no
interception.
interceptions, though. Second week in a row,
Yeah.
no interceptions.
Turning a new leaf.
That backup Lions defense is basically 90% backups playing in this
Oh,
game.
yeah.
They were able to shut down the Packers offense pretty dang well. They were disrupting Jordan Love a lot. I don't know. It says something about that team that if your backups can all come in and still manhandle your rival team. Josh Jacobs, 18 carries, 66 yards, 3 touchdowns. Pretty dang good. That was my bet for this game. I had Josh Jacobs under 69 yards, and I had Monty under 65 yards.
That was ballsy.
And they both hit, but very, very, very closely. Wide receivers, your boy Christian Watson was the big wide receiver on the Green Bay Packers side of the football. 4 catches, 114 yards.
He did have a fumble, though.
He fumbled the football. Most of his catches were deep. He did have a couple.
Oh yeah, he had 4 catches for 114 yards.
He had like one that was like maybe a first down catch, but all the other ones were deep ones. He was the number 1 wide receiver on that side of the football.
He busted my bet.
Did he?
Yeah, I needed
he
a
went
touch.
over.
I knew I needed a touchdown.
Oh, that's
It's the only thing he didn't
yeah.
get.
That's right.
I was being greedy. I shouldn't have put it in.
Yeah. On the other side of the football, Jared Goff had a pretty great game. He was 32 of 41. He had 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Running game, it was a little slowed down by that Packers defense. They did an okay job, but they didn't do great because they still allowed 100 yards in the game. Monty with 51, Jahmyr Gibbs with 43. Usually one of those two guys has a lot more in that department. But,
Yeah.
I mean, Monty had a touchdown. When you go down and look at the passing end of things, Gibbs did catch a touchdown, 6 catches. I think he had,
30
yards?
yards.
Yeah, he had 30 yards. So he did save his fantasy day there. Monty had a decent game, too, fantasy-wise. I think you have him. Is that right?
I have
In
both of
regular
them.
league, don't you?
I have Gibbs and
You have Gibbs.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew
Shout
that
out
one
to
of them.
anyone who played Tim Patrick.
Dude, I had Tim Patrick in my bet, man. I don't know what the vibe was, but I put Tim Patrick in my bet. I had him to go over 29 passing yards. He had 6 catches for 43 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
His
good
first
for him.
touchdowns, his first touchdowns from getting injured 2 years in a row and not being able to play. Tim Patrick, awesome for you, man. I hope that you're continue to see this kind of usage, man, because I think you're a good player. Amon-Ra, slow game. He wasn't really used, but he had like 2 catches in the first half, and then wasn't used for most of the second quarter,
But he
most
had
of the third
that
quarter.
key at the end. He had
Yeah.
that key catch at the
He
end.
did have the key catch at the end, but they were just trying to spread the ball around a little bit. The number 1 wide receiver on that Detroit Lions side of the football was J-Mo. He had 5 catches for 80. Sam Laporta had a decent day, 5 catches for 50. Other than that, though, not a lot of booming scores. Number 1 guy in this game was obviously Josh Jacobs with 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
So,
100%.
Other than that, Tim Patrick would have been an awesome play. I don't know. I don't know anybody who has Tim Patrick on their roster, but if they do,
no,
you smart man that week.
Yeah, no, I don't know anyone who would have him.
Moving forward, do you guys think that the Lions, they do play the Vikings in Week 18, but do you think that they've got this division locked down?
I think they
Yeah,
do.
they're clinched the
I
playoff.
think they do.
They
for
clinched the
sure.
playoff.
I think the division's locked.
Okay. All right. We'll see.
No, it's. I mean, it's not
not.
necessarily a lock because Vikings are still 10 and 2.
I know it's not locked on the division. I'm saying I think they have it. locked.
Okay,
I think
'cause
they personally have it. Locked,
There's
so
they're
it's-
1 game behind the
I
Vikings.
I think they're still
ahead.
winning. I don't think
Yeah.
the Lions are going to lose another game this season.
That's what I
You
don't.
don't?
I don't
Okay.
Really either.
Okay.
Yeah, regular season wise.
The only game I could see them losing would be Week 18 against the Vikings. That's like the one that I'm like, well, are you starting your starters in this game like the Ravens did last year?
They would. So they would split 1-1. The
They split
tiebreaker,
1-1.
yeah, the split 1-1, and then I think it would just come down to who has a better divisional record, and I think the Lions
I think
would have a
it's the
better
Lions.
Probably.
divisional record already.
Probably. Well, we'll see
So-
how that breaks down. The end of the season this year is definitely going to be interesting. A lot of divisional races aren't close, and there's a lot are already done. All of the Bills, who
Yeah, the
pretty
Bills
much
are
have
done.
wrapped it up
Yeah,
already.
They wrapped up theirs.
There's another team that has.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Who is the other team that's wrapped up their playoffs? Is it the Eagles?
No,
No.
not the Eagles.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs have a spot. They haven't locked up the division.
Yeah, I don't
Anyways,
know. Anyways,
we'll move into the games that haven't happened yet. First game we're going to talk about here is
Here
our
we
game.
go.
This is the AFC East.
here
game.
we go.
A lot of people were thinking that this might be an upset again. We all know as Steelers fans that that isn't going to happen. Last time the Cleveland Browns won a football game in Pittsburgh,
20 years ago.
yeah, I was in 5th grade. So
Yeah.
it's
And,
just
well,
not
and
going to happen.
The last time the Browns swept the Steelers was about 30 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, Tim Couch was the quarterback the last time they won in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Jesus.
That gives you an idea.
So-
I knew it was 20 years ago, but I
Yeah,
forgot
no.
who the quarterback
The last
was.
time the Browns swept the Steelers in the regular season matchups, I believe it was Kozar.
Oh, really?
Bernie Kosar, who was their quarterback at the time?
Yeah, you mean Kaiser.
Kaiser.
Kaiser
Bernie
from,
Kaiser?
from Notre Dame.
No. This was like 76, man.
Oh, I
This
wouldn't
is
I'm not
old
gonna
school
know.
I wouldn't
football.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kosar. I can't. I don't. My dad would know this for sure.
Needless
But-
to say, we know that the Browns are not going to take this game. I'll put my life
No.
savings
No.
on that.
Agreed.
Taking a look at who I think is some players to watch out for in this game. Do you think that the whole George Pickens, Greg Newsom
I think George
drama,
Pickens is gonna shit on Greg
You
Newsom.
think so?
Yeah,
You think
I
he's
do.
gonna
Yeah,
ball
I really
out?
do.
George Pickens did get the questionable tag on Friday yesterday.
Oh yeah, what's
Yeah,
it for?
Hamstring.
Hamstring, not
He's
a
just
good one.
letting it rest.
Okay.
So,
Might
but
as
you
well.
talk
I
to
mean,
him?
Yeah,
it's
I called him on the line. I have his number.
injuries that happen on Friday are never a good thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely not.
now, if it's like a real severe thing, I don't know, but like
I bet you he plays though.
Okay.
If I could bet on you on that.
Something to definitely take a look at, guys, as we get into tomorrow morning. Make sure you're checking around 11:30 Eastern time. Make sure George is going to be in. If that is the case and he is out, maybe Calvin Austin gets a bump. I actually, while I was looking at my fantasy stuff this morning, in 3 of my leagues, somebody has gone and picked up Calvin Austin.
I was going to say he's
Maybe
worth
that's
a
the
stash.
corresponding move,
maybe.
but I don't know.
I mean, I would think he would be the best one
He would probably be
out
the
of
best
any-
one.
out of the wide receivers.
To be honest, guys, if George Pickens doesn't play, I'm staying away from every single Pittsburgh Steeler wide receiver. I would go with Pat.
I would-
Pat
I would
Freiermuth. That would be the
Freiermuth for
only
sure.
guy that I would think I would feel safe playing in that situation. Running back wise, I think Najee and Jalen Warren are both plays in this game. We talked on Saturday. Jalen Warren not used as much in the last game. Last time they played the Browns, though, he was heavily utilized. He did have a fumble that ended up kind of screwing things up a little bit at the goal line.
Yeah.
However, I think that both of these running backs are playing this game. I know Cordell Patterson is playing as well. I don't think he becomes a major factor in this. I think Jalen, again, gets used mostly out of the pass game. But I think he gets a couple carries in this game just because of the way that the Browns defense pressures our offensive line. Jalen Warren, that one cut back, is a good option out of the backfield for this kind of defense. Like I said, I think that Pat Freiermuth is the number 1 starter on the Pittsburgh Steelers when it comes to catchers of the football. Would you play Russ in this game? Do you think that you would rank him a QB2 or a QB1 in this game?
I'd play Russ.
I would play.
play?
I'd play Russ.
I would think I would too. I'm give him fringe QB1.
I mean, since he's been a starter, he's second in average pass yards a game
really? Wow.
behind Joe Burrow.
All right, Russie, we like it, bud. Yeah, I would say I would put him as a fringe QB1. Like he's the best QB2 or he's the worst QB1. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's where I would put him. Other side of the football, what would you put Jameis at? QB2. I mean, he's balling now,
yeah,
but he's
dude.
throwing
I
picks
mean-
left and right too.
Yeah, I would say QB2.
Yeah, QB2.
QB2.
I mean,
Yeah.
like a smidge less than Russ.
Now, the last game that these two played, Nick Chubb, 2 touchdowns. Do you think that Nick Chubb is a solid play in this game? I do not. I have him benched in this game. Last time I played him, it worked out.
Yeah,
It was a snow game.
I agree. I don't think he gets 2 touchdowns this week.
No, I could see him maybe capping
one.
out 10 points. Yeah, one touchdown,
with, like-
33 yards,
Yeah,
40
something
yards.
like that.
I don't see him being a major factor in this game. If I'm looking at Cleveland Browns, that I think it's okay to 100% set in stone. I think we can put Jerry
Yeah, you
Jeudy.
can put Jerry Jeudy
I think he's a QB, wide receiver 2,
Two.
but is the best wide receiver 3.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I mean?
agree with that 100%.
And then Njoku, he's just a tight end 1. There is no talking point on that. He's
Yeah,
the number 1
no.
target getter.
You
He's,
can play him.
he's the
Easy.
red zone
He's a
guy.
top 5 tight end.
He's a top 5 tight end. I would go with
Like,
Njoku over most people. Probably like Trey McBride would be one person that I would put him under.
You think Calvin Austin's worth a bench spot on the fantasy team?
Not yet.
You don't think?
there's Brock Bowers, and then like.
Well, yeah, Brock Bowers, sure, but I mean, like, there aren't that many. Maybe 2 or 3
Yeah, no,
that
he's
I'm
top
putting
5.
above him.
He's a
Kittle,
top 5.
Bowers, and McBride would be
Smith.
the 3 I would put above Njoku. But other than that, that's who I'm
And
putting.
Joku would
Yeah.
be 5th.
Yeah, it's close. I mean,
All
tight ends
right,
are tight
all
ends.
right, whatever.
Anyways,
Tight ends, don't care.
Who wins this game?
I got the Steelers,
Of course.
obviously.
Steelers, easy.
Now let's talk score. Do you think over under 34?
I think we're talking about this game too long.
It's
I
a Pittsburgh
understand.
Steeler game. There's no other games this week.
I think under 34.
Under 34? Okay.
Oh wait. Yeah, I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
Gotta
I'm
go
gonna
with the
go.
cut.
I'm gonna go with that too. I'm gonna go like 17-14. What do you got?
I'm gonna go over that. Like, I think
34 is low.
It
Yeah,
is low.
34 is low. I think the Steelers are going to put up 30 themselves.
Okay. Okay, so you're going to go over the 34 mark in this game, and you think the Steelers got it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the
I think
next
the
one. here.
Steelers will win this one big. Like, just be like, screw it.
Just
But
'cause
you
it's a
know-
rivalry match.
Yeah, I think
no,
they,
it ain't.
you know,
And we
it's at-
lost
it's
the
at-
first one.
It's home. We lost the first one. I think we just win this one big for whatever reason because I just think Jameis makes too many mistakes, and their defense isn't nearly as good as the national.
It would be
media
historic,
says it
kind of,
is.
if they beat us.
If
It
they
would,
beat
it would break
us-
the streak.
Yeah, I have a feeling that sometime in the second quarter, I'm going to be really mad at Myles Garrett. Let's move into the second game here. The second game, this one is kind of a battle of two teams that don't really matter at this stage in this season, but they do to their fans. This is the New Orleans Saints, and they will be heading up to New York to take on the Giants. This game, I mean, I got New Orleans.
Yeah,
I got New
I
Orleans
have
by
New
a
Orleans.
mile.
I'm flexing New Orleans because I have Houston's defense. I mean, my season's over, but I still,
Okay.
not giving up because I don't see the
You're
Giants
flexing the
doing
New Orleans defense.
Yeah.
You can do
Well,
that.
no. Like, I mean, my
Oh.
main defense is Houston.
Oh, okay. I
But
was
They're
gonna
he's
on
say,
bye.
wait.
playing. He's playing New
Yeah,
Orleans.
I'm flexing
defense.
them in
I
for
was
the
like,
week.
wait, we're throwing defenses in our flex
No,
squad here.
no. You know what I meant.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, no, we didn't for a second. So it's okay though.
Let's take a look at the Saints side of the football. I think that there's only a few guys to really mention for starters. I don't think Derek Carr is a starter in this game, regardless of how bad the Giants defense is, and they're missing Dexter Lawrence. I would say that you got Kamara as an easy play, and then MVS is kind of like that wishy-washy wide receiver 3 who every week seems to be doing something, and as long as we talk negatively about him,
He
he's
does
going to
something.
continue to do well. So I'm just going to put him in the mediocre category this week so we can be unscathed by his touchdown streaks.
Right?
So that's
Oh,
who
man.
I would say on the Saints. There isn't a lot of flashy players. It is bye week, so MVS does become relevant this week. There are a lot of bye week teams. I would say MVS, Kamara on that side of the football. Obviously, Taysom Hill out for the season. Moving to the other side of the football, again, pretty easy. I don't think Drew Lock is a play. I think he is better than Derek Carr's fantasy stats in this game, though. I feel like he has
Yeah.
better
Yeah,
fantasy
yeah,
stats
yeah,
than
yeah.
Derek Carr in this game if you're picking between the two. Malik Neighbors has not practiced all week.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he's out.
Yeah, I
Probably.
don't. He didn't practice Friday. That's the last report that I read.
Yeah.
So it's
So
leaning
it's
towards
Tracy.
yeah.
Tyrone Tracy.
It's
yeah.
just Tyrone
It's
Tracy in
just
this
Tyron
game.
Tracy.
And if you really need somebody, you can play our boy Wondell. Probably not going to do anything.
What about Slayton? Is
Slayton? I guess
do
you
we know
could.
anything about him?
I mean, I
he
guess
was
you could,
he was injured for a little bit.
I don't pay attention to Darius Slayton. I cannot lie. Yeah, I don't know if he's injured or not. I will say though that you do have a point.
Well, if he plays, he should be.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors, when
He should
Malik
be
Neighbors was
pretty
out
good.
last time, Darius Slayton did eat a little bit. So keep monitoring that if you need to. At the like we said with the Steelers and Pickens at 11:30, they flash him out. At least now you have Darius Slayton as an option to pick up
if
you need
if
to.
he's healthy,
If
too.
you need to.
I don't know if he's necessarily healthy.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that. When we get to Q&A section, guys, we'll double back and look at that during the questionnaire section. Next game we're going to talk about. Oh, we didn't give a. I didn't ask you guys. Do you guys both think the Saints are going to win too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the
You guys
Saints.
got the Saints as
Yeah.
well. I thought so. So far, which is very abnormal, the Wombo combo is all in agreement
Yeah,
through the first 2
simpatico.
games. Maybe the Cleveland Browns will win.
Oh, no, don't
no,
say
no,
that.
shut up.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Next game we're going to cover, guys, this is AFC East. One team still in playoff contention, one team trying to get guys to move to a retirement home. This is the New York Jets, and they will be heading down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. We'll start with the Jets side of the football. Let me ask you this because I asked him and Jeff this on Saturday. Do you
Tuesday.
think now in hindsight
Today's Saturday.
Oh, yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah.
My bad. Sick, guys. I'm getting over a cold. I'm going to say a lot of dumb stuff today. Do you think that the Devontae Adams trade, in hindsight, ended up hurting the Jets' chemistry as a team?
Yeah, I do.
Mhm.
I actually watched the podcast and I saw you guys say that, and I was like, "Yep, 100%."
Yeah.
And like it just put too much power in the Rodgers' hands.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's exactly
Disrupted
it.
it. Like I like what you said. Like Garrett Wilson was a number 1
Yeah,
wide receiver.
went from top
Like,
to
yeah.
the bottom.
And
Like, what
that's
are we doing?
No one's gonna feel good about that.
No, not at all. I don't think that the Aaron Rodgers project has officially worked out. I think that next year is going to be a new team. Do both of you agree with me there?
Yeah,
There's no way that he's
Yeah.
back here.
No,
I agree.
he's done.
Is
He's a
Tyrod
Jet.
Taylor coming into the football game anytime soon?
Rogers is still a starter for this week, so
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week. I don't know.
I don't
We'll
know.
see.
They're-
No, I think
really-
they'll run him out.
They were Woody
They're thinking
Johnson
about it.
was stinking. Is that his name? Woody Johnson?
Yeah, he's the owner of
Woody
Johnson
Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah, that's his name. He's really thinking about playing Tyrod Taylor.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's listening to his 17-year-old grandson. He's giving him the roster moves. That's
You know what-
real
you-
life.
You know what? I saw on Hard Knocks, the Giants GM was like, "You should take Jaden Daniels."
Yeah,
Sometimes some
maybe
kids
that guy,
have. Sometimes
maybe
some
that-
kids know what's good.
Maybe that Mara or whatever his name should have listened because he destroyed his team. Looking at some fantasy players for the Jets, I think that you still can think about playing Devontae and Wilson. I'm benching Wilson for my playoff week.
Are you?
He's my benched wide receiver for this week, guys.
Damn.
Now, I played Jade Reed over top of him, so in hindsight, that's probably not the best idea. But that is what it is. That is what it is. Brees Hall injured. We got Braylon Allen this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm plugging and playing Braylon Allen. That's my plug and play out of the free agency this week. Or if you were somebody who held on to Braylon Allen through the year, finally get to use him in a full capacity. So he will be the starting running back for the Jets tomorrow. Braylon's pretty good running back. I don't see him getting dudded out. Do you? Like I don't think
No,
this
no,
is
he's
a
not
No,
going
Cam,
I
to dud
don't.
out. But
this
I
isn't
don't
a
think
Cam
he's-
Akers cover week.
No, I don't think he's necessarily going to do like great either.
No, I
Like,
think he ends up with like 11 or 12 fantasy points, a touchdown, 40 yards. Kind of the same deal as like who we mentioned earlier, Chubb.
Yeah.
I think he has like Chubb-esque stats in this game. Devontae, wide receiver 2-3. Wilson, I'm putting him like wide receiver 2-3 as well. More 3 than 2 though.
Yeah.
Just because like his max points over the last couple of weeks has been like 6, 8. Ugh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
disappointing.
On the other side of the football,
He did better with Zach Wilson.
He did.
He really did.
The whole Jets team did better with Zach Wilson. They had a better
Right?
record at this
Yeah.
point in time of the season. That's sad. Excuse me.
That's too funny.
On the other side of the football, Tua is the most accurate quarterback after coming back from his injury. He is like 70.
He's like an X-Man.
Yeah, he's like an X-Man. Yeah, he got some mutant ability after his head's been rattled a couple of times. I'm taking the. Are you guys taking the Dolphins in this game?
Yeah.
I'm taking with
100%.
Simpatico again. I'm taking
Yeah.
the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Tua extremely accurate over the last couple of weeks. That's a great sign for Miami Dolphins fans. I'm putting Tua in a QB1 situation. Sauce Gardner's out too. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, I'm taking Miami.
Yeah,
Like,
Miami's
my
going to
goodness.
probably wreck in this game. Tyreek Hill, I'm going to put him at wide receiver 1 spot as a wide receiver 1 this week with Sauce out, plus the fact that he's been doing pretty consistent over the last couple weeks, last week being his slowest of them. I would say that Tyreek's a good wide receiver 1, maybe the highest wide receiver 2. Would you say?
I think
I
if
think
you have
he's
Tyreek,
wide
you're
receiver
playing them.
1.
Wide
Yeah,
receiver
regardless.
if you have him, you're
What about
playing them.
Waddle? I'm putting Waddle in the 3 range.
Yeah, 3 range.
Yeah, too inconsistent.
Yeah,
flex play.
Jonnu Smith would be my second favorite, or no, third favorite guy to play in this game. I would say Tyreek is my favorite. My second favorite is A-Chan,
I was gonna say
and then
Chan.
Jonnu
There you
Smith.
go.
Yeah.
Those would be the 3 guys that I would be highlighting as the players that really want to play. Now, 2 is not bad either, but I'm putting him at like quarterback 8 on my list for this week of ones that I would want to
he's
play.
like,
I
he's
mean,
a
that's
quarter,
not bad.
so he's a
That's top
quarterback.
10.
So he's a quarterback 1 for someone's team.
For
Yeah.
someone's
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
Not mine.
Well, I'm-
yours. Yours
Yeah.
specifically.
And one of mine.
Oh, yeah? You're running 2 as well?
Mhm.
Oh, boy. Well, I mean, he's been really
Well,
accurate.
technically, he's my quarterback too because I have Jalen Hurts. But you know,
And he is my quarterback too because I have Bo Nix.
All right, guys. Now you guys know who they have as quarterbacks. I think that, yeah, like we said, Jonnu Smith, Tyreek Hill, and then A-Chan on the Miami side of the football. And then your solid starter on the other side is probably Braylon Allen and maybe Devontae Adams. That's probably the best 2 players on the other side. Next game, maybe
Wilson's gonna go off. Watch.
Jesus,
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. I hope not. Just 'cause he's on my bench.
sleepy game
This game, I think, actually ends up being really good
because they're both so bad.
because they're both so bad. Yeah, this game is the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're heading up to Nashville to take on the Titans, and I think that this game ends up having some more Aziz Al-Shair-esque plays that cause fights, and there'll just be benches going onto the field or some sort of something. But I'm
my
going to take
goodness.
Jacksonville in this game. I honestly think that somehow Jacksonville wins this football game because of Will Levis and the Mayonnaise boys. just don't look good.
This is I'm gonna disagree with you.
Are
This is
you?
the time it breaks.
You're taking the Titans?
I'm taking the Jaguars have looked so bad. I can't take the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Titans have at least
I'm-
looked a little competent-ish at times.
Yeah.
Jaguars have been a dumpster fire.
I'm with Lou on that one.
You're taking the
actually.
Titans?
Yeah.
All
I'm going
right.
Titans
All
as
right.
well.
They're both going Titans. When we're taking a look at some fantasy players for this, it's pretty slim pickings. We'll start with the Titans because that one's a pretty easy one to go through. I have Will Levis starting as QB2 this week to fill my bye weeks. I don't really highly suggest that. However, he's been playing half decent fantasy football points the last couple weeks. He's been in like the 18 to 21 points each of the last couple weeks.
Who is this?
Will Levis.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing
Now,
okay.
now, is that because Westbrook QnA has been like catching these ridiculous touchdowns left and right? Yes, it is. I would.
Will Westbrook or QnA catch one this week?
Well, see, that's the thing.
I think he will.
Just like MVS, we're not going to put ourselves in this
Yeah.
situation again. So we're going to give you Westbrook QnA as a wide receiver 2-3 for this week.
I say he gets 2.
Do you think he gets 2 touchdowns?
No.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
But he probably will.
Yeah. Looking at the Titans side of the football, I'm saying that Pollard is probably a decent start in this football game. The Jaguars are one of the worst teams against the run. I also think that Westbrook QnA for this bye week is a decent filler as well. I don't really like anybody else other than maybe Calvin Ridley, but I would put him at wide receiver 3-4. He's bottomless guy. I put Westbrook QnA above Calvin Ridley.
I
you?
would too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Other side of the football.
Just because of this touchdown streak.
Yeah, because he has touchdowns. Like I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, but whatever. Nick, I hope you continue to do well, buddy. I'm not going to pray on your downfall.
Yeah.
Jaguars side, we got running backs that are hit or miss. We've got Mac Jones.
You don't want to play it. I don't think like anybody on the Jaguars.
No, BTJ. That would be the only person who would be an okay play because
wide
of bye
receiver
weeks.
3.
Yeah, he's a wide receiver 3 for this week. I would put Travis Etienne and take Bigsby at flex only. I would not want them filling up my running back position spots. I hope
I
you
would
guys have
rather
someone
play
better.
like a mid. Like I would rather play Jacoby Myers in my flex than either one of them.
Yeah, I would
You know what
rather
I
play a
mean?
wide receiver 1 from a different team than the starting running back from the Jaguars. I completely agree there. These guys are going with the Titans. I'm taking the Jags in a Duval County comeback win somehow. Next game. Now, this one's going to be a little more interesting, hopefully. This is Kirk Cousins' return to Minnesota. Falcons taking on the Vikings. Who do you got in this game?
Man,
Is this game close? Does Kirk ball out? He was terrible last week.
He
0
was terrible
touchdowns,
last
4
week.
interceptions.
so I don't. I mean, I'm leaning Vikings. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Okay.
But it's not like I love it.
All right.
I think
What about you?
Vikings are going to shit on him.
Okay. This is a home game. Vikings defense is really the number one factor here for me that puts them above the Atlanta Falcons because their defense is so good. I think that this is the Vikings who take this game. Looking at some fantasy players, let's start on the Atlanta side of the football because it's going to be a little bit more difficult with these guys. Do you put Kirk Cousins in as a QB2 this week? I know he's been struggling. You're kind of losing faith in him.
No.
In our league, the guy who has Kirk Cousins says that when he has Drake May as his backup quarterback, he's going to play Drake May over him for the rest of the season. So that kind of gives you, and I agree with that. That kind of gives you an idea of where I think Kirk is on the fantasy scale. I put him probably in the lower 15.
Yeah.
Lower 15 of quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
If I do like wide receivers in this game, obviously it's going to be London and Mooney. I like London more than I like Mooney in this game just because I don't think they're going to be getting deep passes down the field too often with that secondary. I think this is going to be more one of those like London, 6 catches, 70 yards, 1 touchdown kind of games. You know what I mean? They use them as chunk pieces to get down the field as they get down there. I think Bijan's pretty good for this game.
I think he's a play, yeah.
And I don't think Pitts is. And the reason why is because of Van Ginkel and those middle linebackers. They're good in coverage. And I think that they bottle up Pitts.
I can see that. He's
Yeah.
been kind of
I mean,
disappointing
Pitts has
last couple
been.
weeks.
Yeah, he's kind of
In
disappeared.
the pits.
In the pits.
He's
Pitts
been
is
in the pits. Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, no, he's disappeared
Yeah.
last couple weeks.
He definitely has. I would say that your highlighted starters again for the Atlanta side is Bijan, Mooney, and London. Mooney being the worst one out of those 3. Moving over to the Vikings, a little bit easier, a lot more talent on this football team. Do you play Sam Darnold ahead of Kirk Cousins? How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I would.
Is
Ahead
he-
of Kirk Cousins, yeah.
Is he?
Not
Or
by
they-
much.
Not by much. I
Not
don't.
by much,
by
but I would
much.
still say ahead of Kirk.
I would give Kirk 15 points, and I would give Sammy
13.
about 17 to 18.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds right.
That'd be what I would
I
have.
thought you were saying like rankings.
Oh no, yeah. Now
But yeah, I agree with you.
taking a look at the skill players, there is a little bit more that you can use in this on this side of the football. I think Hawkinson's a play. I think that Justin Jefferson's obviously a play, and I am playing Addison.
I was gonna say I think Addison's a play.
I'm playing Addison over Wilson. That is why Wilson is on my bench, because I'm playing Addison in this football game.
That makes sense.
And I think that he's going to be pretty decent in this one. We all took the Vikings. Is that correct, guys?
Yeah.
Everybody's going Vikings?
Yeah.
All right. We'll move on to the next one.
I've been playing Addison in the league that's free. And I'm number 1 in it. I've been playing him for weeks. As like a wide receiver too.
Oh, wow.
That's the only league I'm probably gonna win.
It's not like a 6-man league?
I think it's 8.
And you're playing Addison.
Yeah, he's actually been tearing it up.
Interesting. Let's move into
I'm
this.
still in first.
We're going to move into this next game here. I don't know how you're in first. That's the only league you're making the playoffs, isn't it?
No, Tom's league as well.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Next game we're going to get into, guys, this is Carolina Panthers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. There is a man who likes to put extravagant bets down. Did you see this? He has a bet for like $3.2 million that the Eagles will win money line. He has shifted the paradigm of the odds ridiculously.
Yeah.
Ridiculously. So if you think that the Carolina Panthers could possibly win this game, this is the game to bet on them, because they are plus like 300 or 400.
Yeah.
I don't think
It was pretty wild, actually.
I would not. I would
Maybe.
not want to take them. Would you? You look like you're kind of thinking about it.
I mean,
You look like
I might put some money down on
You look like you
Panthers right now.
might have a nightcap tonight and change your mind. I don't know.
I'm just gonna put money on them. I'm not gonna say they'll win the game because I think the Eagles will win this game. But put money down just in case.
Hit the spread up a little bit. It's
Yeah.
minus 13, I believe, is the spread for this football game.
Go take them points. I'd go take them points.
I would take their.
I would
I
maybe take that.
I did take their points.
I'll take
actually.
the over.
I would take the 13. I would give the Panthers haven't lost by more than like 3 or 10 in the
Yeah.
last couple weeks. So for this game, when we're looking at fantasy players, it's pretty slim in my opinion on the Panther side of the football. I would play Chaba. That's it.
Yeah, that's basically it.
That's it. Jonathan Brooks needs to stay on your bench. You need to keep him. He is getting more carries as weeks go over weeks here. He's getting used.
He's probably though not relevant.
He might be
by
relevant
the
in
time.
playoffs.
Maybe, yeah. He
You
may
got-
be getting his legs under him in playoffs.
Because,
but
I mean, think about it this way.
you're going to be hard pressed at the risk, I think, in playoffs playing them.
Jonathan Brooks is just Braylon Allen on a different team here. Braylon Allen starting running back this week. All you need is one twisted ankle, and Jonathan Brooks is now a 10, 12-point player a week. So keep him on your bench, guys. Don't drop him. Wide receivers, Thielen.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
I'll
wide
put him in
receiver
a wide
3.
receiver 2-3.
2-3.
Yeah. Probably one of the worst wide receiver threes or twos, best wide receiver threes in this game. Thielen, Chuba. I'm staying away from Xavier Legette. I would still want him on my bench, but I wouldn't want to play him this week. Is there anybody else? Bryce Young's obviously not a play in my mind at all.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Um,
Not fantasy wise.
Other side of football going to be real easy. Devonta Smith back.
yeah.
I would play him in
Goddard
this game.
out.
Goddard
Goddard
out. I would not play Cal Akuda or however you pronounce his name, that tight end. I'd go get somebody who plays on a different team. Yeah, come on. A.J. Brown, definite starter, wide receiver 1. Devonta Smith, I'd put him in a wide receiver 2 to high wide receiver 3 range.
Yeah, it's hard to trust him because he's always like, man's made of glass.
Hit or miss, and also very tiny human being.
He is a little guy.
Like, he's my size.
Yeah.
He is. He literally is. He's 180, I think, and 5'10", 5'9".
Who again?
Devonta Smith. He might be a little bit taller than me.
180.
Yes.
I think he's like
Yeah.
5'11", almost 6 foot.
Okay. Still,
So,
he
but
weighs
yeah, no,
nothing.
yeah, no,
He's skinny guy. Obviously, I don't think we even really need to mention them, but Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley are probably top two.
Top tiers.
Fire matchups for them.
Yeah, top 2 quarterback, top 2 wide receiver for this game. Outside of that, though, I mean, it's pretty obvious for this one, blatantly obvious who the starters are in fantasy football. We're obviously all taking the Eagles as well.
Yep.
However, we all kind of think that minus 13 spread might be, or plus 13 for the Panthers is kind of a decent look. I do. I really do. Plus 13, I think that's
I
decent.
think I'm going to take the over under
Over-under?
and take the over.
Okay.
I don't even know what it is, but on the basis of your 9.5 shit.
Okay. All right. Fair. Next game we're going to cover here. This is a cross-conference game.
Pirate battle.
This is the this is the battle of the pirates. Are you a biker pirate or are you a ship pirate?
I'm a ship pirate
You're
guy.
a ship pirate guy?
Yeah.
Me too.
Arr.
This is the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is in Tampa Bay. AOC is the starting quarterback. They're getting running backs back this week in Madison and possibly Zamir White. That's not official, I don't believe. But Sasir McCormick has been pulled up. He's officially got a roster spot. He's officially in the mix. I think that he is going to be one of the guys who's going to be a starter by the end of the season, and I think next year will be a starter too. Sorry.
Maybe.
I think he's pretty good. When we're looking at fantasy players, I think that it's Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers.
Yeah,
Those are the two players on the Vegas Raiders that I would be comfortable playing. Putting Jacoby Myers in there to wide receiver, highest wide receiver 3, low tier wide receiver 2.
Yeah, I'd say he's a high 3. I felt okay about playing him the last few weeks.
And then other side of the football, kind of get wishy-washy a little bit. You got Bucky, you've got Baker, and you've got Evans.
I think it's those three.
I think it's those three.
Too.
And the reason why I say wishy-washy is Rashad White did do good last week, but he didn't really do good until like fourth quarter overtime when he got that long run. Cade Otton has kind of disappeared out of that offense. We really liked him. He hasn't been doing that much over the last couple weeks. He's been bottled up.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would stay away from Cade this week. I would stay away from Rashad White. Like he said, I would go Baker, I'd go Bucky, and I'd go Mike Evans. Those are my 3 plays out of that game. I'm taking the Buccaneers by $1 billion.
Yeah,
Me
I
too.
think so too. Big pirate biker.
I think Baker
pirate energy.
lights them up. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do.
I think Mike Evans has a big day as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for
So-
sure. Their number 1 cornerback, Nate Hobbs, is out of this game as well. So that is a major factor for them. He's a heavy hitter. We're all taking Buccaneers in the
I
Pirate
see
game.
Tampa Bay going to the playoffs.
I think they
I
go
think
to the playoffs.
They're going to be spoiler to one team, and then
They can still win their division.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
Baker beat the Eagles already.
He did, yeah.
So let's get into the 4 o'clock games here, guys. This one is a rivalry matchup. This is a game that we had seen a couple weeks ago, ending 16-6. Not a high scoring game.
no.
This is the Seattle Seahawks headed down to Glensdale. Is it Glendale or Glensdale?
Scottsdale?
Scottsdale.
Yeah,
One of them.
they play in
There's a
with-
Dale.
Arizona.
Yeah,
It's in
Arizona.
Scottsdale?
Yeah.
Isn't Glensdale in Arizona too?
I believe.
I think that's a golf place. I think it's a
sounds,
big golf
it
place.
sounds familiar, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Thanks, Paul. We
Shut up,
appreciate
Paul.
that. Yeah. Anyways, in this game, we already have we got it before the show that K9 is now doubtful.
Okay.
Probably not going to play. So this means that we're going to have Charbonnet time.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
I don't love it.
I don't
either.
necessarily love it. K9 didn't do well against the Arizona Cardinals.
Like, you never feel good if you have to play him because you had K9. Like,
It's
don't,
always
you
like,
don't. Yeah, you don't feel good about it.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
exactly.
man.
Exactly. On the Seattle Seahawks side of the football, not very many guys that I'm willing to point out. JSN is going to be a decent play in this one. Metcalf is obviously playing, but he hasn't been great over the last couple weeks. I would put him in at wide receiver 2-3, JSN wide receiver 1-2. Geno Smith,
No.
he's number 3 or 4 in the NFL in passing yards this year. I think that's crazy. I didn't
That
know
is crazy. I did not know that either.
But I still don't love him in this football game. If I had to pick between the 2 quarterbacks, I'd rather have Kyler Murray than I would want Geno Smith.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, agreed.
On the other side of the football, it's not a lot of players. McBride's the number 1 player in this football game by a large and long mile. McBride
agree.
is
Yeah.
the best
He's-
fantasy player in this game. MHJ, where are you guys putting him? Sometime like
Wide receiver 3.
Wide
flex,
receiver
Yeah,
you
3-2
know.
cusp.
3-2 cost. Okay, I could definitely see that. And then James Conner, he was kind of slowed down the last time he played against the Seahawks. However, I'm still giving him a running back 2 grade. I think that he'll do decent in this game. It's getting towards playoffs. They need to win this game in order to take the division. So I think that their captain really plays well in this game.
Yeah.
Their captains.
In Arizona.
In Arizona as well. Just to recap that, Arizona side, I would play Kyler quarterback 2, James Conner running back 2, And then these guys, you gave MHJ a wide receiver 2 ranking?
2-3.
2-3.
2-3, like
I say
Okay.
3 flex.
3 flex.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a fair assessment. Who do you guys have in this football game? Who do you have them winning this game? This is going to be a close football. I think it's low
I like
scoring.
the Cardinals.
I'm
win.
gonna
I want the Cardinals to win this game.
Okay.
So let's go Cards.
I'm gonna say Cardinals as well.
I'll ride with you guys on the Cardinals because I also want them to win. I don't really love the Seahawks, and I like that the Arizona Cardinals are making a comeback. I'm going to go Arizona Cardinals as well. I think this game is under 34. This is
You
my
think so?
Yeah, it was 16-6 last
I
time.
understand, but like that was the first game. This is
I
the
could
second
see
game.
under 34.
You could? What do you think the score is going to be?
Over 34.
Okay.
34, they're so low. That's the second time you
It
mentioned
is.
it. That's crazy.
Well, and I did it for an AFC North game and a game that ended in 22
Yeah.
points last time. So not very that crazy. We're all taking the Cardinals in this game, guys. Next game. Now this is the 425 starter games. This is the Bears this is 2 teams who technically have a chance to still make the playoffs, guys, but they're not going to. And we all
Yeah,
know
no.
they're not going to. One side of the football, the 49ers, they have more injuries than they have starters, I feel
yeah,
like.
they
anymore.
definitely do.
Everybody is out. Isaiah Guerrero starting running back now with a backup of Israel Abandakanda. So that will be
Oh, that's cool. Pitt
yeah, from
kid.
Pitt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hell
they just
Pitt
they
guy.
snagged him from the Jets last week. So he's over there now. I don't think Israel's a play, obviously. I think Guerendo's an okay play. I don't think he's the greatest play in the world. For running backs this week, I'd put him as an RB2 or a flex running back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we're looking at wide receivers, I don't like Pearsall. Debo, man, like last week, all his yards were return yards. I know it was a snow game, but like
I've been down on Debo.
I'm putting Debo wide
3.
receiver 3. Yeah,
I think he has a comeback week. I think it'll be fine.
I think he does maybe okay, but just like I'm just not loving
3.
it right now.
Easy 3.
Kittle was probably my favorite player on the 49ers for fantasy. I think that Kittle has a decent game. Bears defense is pretty good. They have good linebackers who play good pass coverage as well.
That's why I like Juwan Jennings in this
You like
game.
Juwan Jennings in this game?
Yeah.
Okay. I put Juwan Jennings in the same ranking that I would give Debo Samuels though. I think that both of them
Yeah,
are
agreed.
wide receiver 3 flex guys. Purdy probably a quarterback 2. Last week he was absolutely horrible in the snow, but I think he's a little bit better this week. Obviously it's in San Francisco, so it's a lot warmer than Buffalo.
I think he's a start if you have him.
I think he's a start if you have him too. I'm benching him for Brock Purdy. Yeah, I'm benching him for Baker Mayfield. So
Yeah,
Th- that's you have to have someone real good.
Yeah,
to put
and that's
above
like
him.
flipping a coin. I feel to
Okay.
some level.
Yeah, a little bit. You're
You know
not
what I
wrong.
mean?
Yeah. Other side of the football, I don't like Caleb Williams in this football game. Do you?
No.
Not really.
I don't know when I like Caleb Williams. To be
I mean,
completely honest, he's not terrible.
He had a decent last week. He had a decent fantasy day. Like he was in the top 5.
He did, and now
for
they have.
fantasy.
Do you think that getting rid of Eberflus, this is going to be the first game that we see them without him? Do you think that we're going to see a whole new looking Bears team? Do you think they look revitalized?
I do. I think they do look revitalized.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
Similar
know.
to like whenever we kicked Matt Canada out, and we like looked like insane last year that one game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, against the Bengals.
Yeah. And then we went right back to
We went right
then
back.
Kenny
I
Pickett
went
got
to that
hurt.
game.
Yeah.
I went to that Bengals
Yeah.
game. Yeah, I could see that as well. I'm still going to. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take the Bears.
I'm
in
taking
this
the
football
Bears.
game.
I'm
taking the Bears in this football
I'm
game.
going with the Niners.
You're going with the Niners? All right. Well, we covered the 49ers side of fantasy football. Looking at the Bears side, it's a little bit slimmer. Obviously, Caleb Williams is a wishy-washy play. Probably QB2 or a super flex option for you. Swift has kind of degraded over the last couple weeks.
He's still questionable.
Is he questionable?
Yeah, he's
Okay,
a
I was
game
going to
time
say,
decision.
because if he doesn't play, would you play Roshan? I
He's
would
out.
not.
I wouldn't. feel-
Roshan's out from the
Roshan
concussion
is
still.
out from the concussion still.
Oh, man, that stings.
Yeah, who's the third?
Travis Homer.
Yes, Travis Homer, and they do have one other guy who's slipping
Big
my mind right
Homer
now.
energy.
I would stay away
You
from
from
that
Chicago?
backfield. No.
No.
I would stay away from that backfield. Wide receiver wise, they are also dinged up. DJ Moore is questionable. Keenan Allen had a questionable tag. Had his helmet ripped off his head last week. I know that he's going to be playing with a little zest if he does end up playing this week. I would say in this game, guys, Bears are kind of hard to judge. Yeah, they're all kind of dinged up. They have a new head coach. it might be a week to stay away from Bears for fantasy football. What do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't feel good about playing any of them.
There's not one of them that I can specifically point out and say, okay, I'm cool with this.
Yeah,
guy
like
being
I
in my
feel
lineup.
really good.
Rome
starting him.
Odunze.
You're gonna call Rome Odunze this week?
I am starting. Him.
All right. There's the hot take of the week. They think that
It's
Rome
Rome
Odunze
Odunze.
might be the come-up player of the week. We took the Bears. He's taking the 49ers in this game, guys. Let's move into the next one here. This one could be closer than the standings giveaway. This is the Bills heading out to L.A. to take on the Rams for a 4:25 game. So that's a 1 o'clock game for the Bills in their mind. But there's jet lag.
No, it's not. It's a
Yes, it is.
4:25 in LA would be like 7.
Oh, 7. Yeah,
Yeah,
man, I'm
like
going the wrong way. Yeah,
7:30.
my fault. My fault. Yeah, you are very right. Whoopsie. Yeah. What?
It's in LA. Yeah, never mind. Whatever.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Producer Paul's upstairs screaming. I can't hear what he's
That
saying.
game would be at 1 o'clock in LA.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. We're stupid.
Jesus.
Yeah, getting back on track of what I was talking about here. The Buffalo Bills, there is jet lag involved. They are headed across the country. I do think that could play a small factor into this game. Number one wide receiver for drops this season. Do you know who it is? Amari Cooper.
Really?
He has the most drops of any wide receiver in the
I wouldn't
NFL
have
this year.
guessed that.
Yeah. So, looking at the Los Angeles Rams side of the football, who do you love? Who do you love?
I mean, I'd play Cooper Cup.
Cooper Cup,
I would
Puka
play-
Nakua still. Like,
Yeah, Kyron.
And Kyron.
Kyron's
Kyron.
been a little bit slower. the
all
last
three of
couple
those
weeks.
guys are
They're
playable.
playing an elite defense.
They're all playable every week.
They're
Like,
playing a really elite defense.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
You still play them.
All right.
I do feel like I know he's a Rams guy, but
Yeah,
I do feel like you still kind of got to play at least Cup and
And
all three of
Puka?
all three of those guys. I feel like you have to. Start
What do you
them.
feel about Matt Stafford this week? Do you think that he's in the quarterback 2 play? Would you play him for this week?
He's like a 2-1,
He's a 2-1. Okay.
like 12 or 13.
With having those wide receivers, yes, I agree with you. He has some good wide receivers on that team. I would stay away from DeMarcus Robinson. I know that he'll probably end up with a touchdown and 8 yards, but whatever. Other side of the football, Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, obviously an immediate start. Cook, obviously a start. Which wide receiver would you play if you were going to play any of them? Maury
His boy Shakir.
Probably.
or Shakir?
It's honestly, yeah,
Yeah,
It's one of those, but it's such a
It's
a
such a
toss-up,
toss-up. I feel the same way about the Bills wide receivers as I do the Bears wide receivers.
I was just about to
So,
say that.
I would give Shakir the number one nod out of them. Taking a look at who you think is going to win this game, like I said, travel, opposite side of the country. Do you think the Bills still get the victory?
Yeah, I think Bills are like Super Bowl contenders.
Okay. I honestly think
Maybe the favorite. for
this
the
could be a
AFC.
high-scoring game, but I think that the Bills end up taking it away.
I agree.
I think that maybe, it's like 34-28 or something like that. Ben, what do you think?
No, I think the Rams keep it interesting, but then the Bills.
They can't shut them down.
Yeah,
though.
the Bills.
They can't stop them. Okay.
Bills
We're all-
win this one.
I'll go in Bills in this one. Do think the Rams have a legitimate chance, but things really need to go their way in order for it to happen.
Yeah, well, you were saying like 30, whatever, to 28.
Mhm.
I could see that.
Pretty close,
Real
yeah.
easy.
Next game. This is a Sunday night football game here, guys. This one could be a good one.
Could be. a good
Could be the game that we watched the Kansas City Chiefs actually get, a little handled.
Lose.
A little handled. They're playing a defense that is actually good enough to really stop Patrick Mahomes. And then they have an offense on that Chargers team that can actually put up points, too, to combat Patrick Mahomes if he does get points. So I think this is going to be extremely close. I'm praying on the Chiefs' downfall in this game.
Yeah, same.
Sorry, Chiefs fans, but I'm tired
Yeah.
of it. You've got Christmas movies. Every third commercial is a Chiefs player or coach in the commercial. I'm done with it. I don't care about your team that much. I don't need national commercials on everything. I'm over
They
it.
are literally on like.
Keep it in
everything.
Missouri. Keep it in Missouri. Then I won't care. But right now, I hate it. State Farm or whatever that is, I'll never buy that insurance because I have to see their commercials all the time. I hate you. Anyways, there's my rant for the day. I have another rant for the day, and it's on Colts fans, but I'll leave that for later. And it's a big one, so make sure you stay tuned for that.
Oh, my goodness.
In this game, Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this is in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a legitimate chance? Like, which team are you going to take? If I had to hold a gun to your head, which team are you taking?
The Chiefs.
If you're putting a gun to my head, I'm taking the Chiefs.
All right, all right. So you're both taking the Chiefs.
I'm
in this
really,
game?
I agree with you. I think the Chargers can put it to them, and like I would want nothing more than the Chargers to win. But gun to my head, I have to take the Chiefs.
All right.
Would you put us in that
Well,
scenario?
Hey, for some people
you know?
in fantasy football, this
Oh
might
my
be gun to the
goodness.
head situations. Looking at some fantasy players for the Chargers, I think it's really slim. I'm not really going to want to be playing Gus Edwards anytime as the starting running back there. I would stay away from that personally. Herbert would be a start for me, and that's basically it on the Chargers side of the football.
You're not playing Lad.
What?
He's dinged up.
I know he's dinged up, but if he's healthy, you can play him.
Is he still questionable though? Because he's been questionable all week.
He'll probably be questionable up until game time.
Okay, so they're saying that Lad's still a play. I would watch out. This is a Sunday night football game. He is questionable. I'm not really too privy to leaving a questionable, not like 100% set in stone starter in my lineup, and then him end up not playing it.
On Sunday night.
On Sunday night,
that's
then you're screwed. So
But he is like a set in stone starter now. He's the best.
He's injured.
I understand
That's
this,
the
but
point
if
I'm making.
he plays through injuries, man. He played through that injury all last week too. And he
We'll have to
still
see.
produced.
I would
Like-
start Lad.
They're
Thank
saying
you.
start. They're saying start Lad regardless of the injury tag. They're not
Wide
worried about
receiver
it.
3.
Wide receiver 3 at best.
2.
Kansas City side.
Come on.
Patrick Mahomes. Do you put Patrick Mahomes above or below Herbert?
Oh, I put Patrick Mahomes above her.
You do? You do for fantasy points? You think he does better?
I was trying to do a Chris Collinsworth.
Not by much.
I couldn't do it.
Wow, yeah, that was. I didn't even slightly.
I
pick
couldn't
that
do
up.
it. I couldn't do it.
I would say that only by a little bit. Is that what you said?
Yeah, not by much.
Just
Not
a
by
smidge.
much.
I don't think it's like. I don't think Mahomes goes off or anything like that.
Who do you think is the running back that gets the majority of the totes in this game? Is it Isaiah Pacheco
Probably.
now? Do you think?
I think so.
Because last week it was let him get back into the flow of things game.
He was on a snap count.
Yeah, he kind of looked sluggish, but it was expected
Yeah.
for him to. I think that Isaiah does.
I'm actually not starting him.
You're not. I would.
But
I wouldn't play
it's
either
a,
running
it's
back.
a unique circumstance. I have Tyrone Tracy against the
New
crappy
Orleans.
teams.
New Orleans.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm playing him. He'll do all right. He's the only thing they have. So I was like, I'm going to play him instead of Pacheco.
I would stay away from all running backs in this football game. I would think that if you're looking for like wide receivers or tight ends, it's probably Hopkins, Ladd, and Kelsey. Those are the only skill players that I would take out of this game at all.
Yeah.
I don't really want to play Worthy, Juju, none of that stuff. Or Noah Gray. A lot of people have been playing Noah Gray. Where do you think this game lies? Now, I said gun to your head that you would take the Chiefs, but are you taking the Chiefs in this football game?
I'm taking the Chargers.
I'm also taking the Chargers. Which way are you rolling, bro?
Do I go vibes or
I don't know. I'm not in your head.
I'll gun to my head. I'm taking the Chiefs.
All right.
I have to
All right,
take
he's
the
still
Chiefs.
sticking
He's
I
taking
have
the
to take-
Chiefs.
I
still.
have to. Steelers are going to beat them on Christmas. It's going to be their one other loss.
I sure hope so. I sure hope so. That'll be my favorite Christmas present. Last game we're going to cover for the week, guys. This is the Monday Night Football game. This is down in Dallas in Jerry World. This is the Cincinnati Bengals heading down to take on the Cowboys. I think the Cincinnati Bengals absolutely destroy the Cowboys in this.
I
football
think
game.
this
I think
is a
it's-
high-scoring
I
game.
agree.
It'll definitely be a high-scoring
I
game.
don't think they necessarily get destroyed,
But
but
well, here's the thing:
because their defenses are
their defense is really
Bengals
bad.
is awful.
But the Bengals offense.
But the
Cowboys
Bengals
doing better.
offense is so good. Like we're comparing Joe Burrow versus Cooper Rush here. You realize that, right?
but the Bengals are that bad on the other side of the ball.
They are
So,
that bad. They are that bad. I'm saying that I think that you're probably right. This is like a 44-38 game or something. Like it's going to be really entertaining to watch on a Monday
wouldn't
night for
go
two
that
teams.
Yeah.
I mean, they put up that many points against the Steelers last week,
Yeah. That was the highest scoring
I
game of the
understand.
entire
I
season.
wouldn't-
and the Cowboys' defense is not very good.
I still wouldn't go that high.
All right, Ben wouldn't go that
I
high.
wouldn't quite go that high.
Do like
but
what
I,
do you
get,
think?
I
do like
understand.
34-28.
34-28.
Yeah.
I could see that ish around there.
That's a high-scoring
Yeah,
game.
high
I
scoring
took
game.
points off of what I said. Okay, who do you think?
Yeah,
on
you went into the
Cowboys?
40s, dude. That's
The
insane.
Cowboys suck. Which players for skill on the Cowboys would you play? Rico
Oh,
and
No.
Lamb.
I don't really feel good about playing Rico.
I don't know
I'm
if
playing
Lamb-
Well,
Lamb.
how are they going to put up these points with the
Well, I'm
crappy
not-
Cincinnati defense if they
I
don't give it to Rico
necessarily
and Lamb?
agree with that.
Like,
I think Rico is okay. to
I
play.
think Rico's a definitely okay player.
Uh,
I'm starting Rico over
I don't
Nick
know.
Chubb.
Lamb's questionable.
Is he?
Yeah.
They have Brandon Cooks back. He caught a
Yeah,
touchdown
they do have
last
Cooks
week.
back.
If CD wasn't to play, then I think Brandon Cooks would probably be the filler player, or Iovas.
Yosivas.
Yosivas.
It
for the
does
Bengals. Yosivas.
Nothing like how
Yeah,
it
I know.
sounds.
He's from Princeton. That's where he graduated college too.
Oh,
Smart
wow.
guy. Yeah. I would say that Yossi Vosh would be like if any of these guys go questionable to out, he would be my fill-in player for the Monday Night Football game. Yossi Vosh would be. If Lamb ends up being out, or T Higgins, how he always just randomly, oh, my quad hurts, I'm not playing anymore.
Oh, yeah.
like, I think Yossi Vosh would
Oh,
be
my quad hurt.
would be my filler player. Cincinnati side, obviously Chase is the number one starter. Burr is the number one starter. Brown's the number one starter.
Higgins.
Higgins is a wide receiver too. Other side of the football, Dallas Cowboys, it's just Dowdle and potentially Lamb. If he plays, I would stay away from Ferguson. I'd stay away from Cook. I'd stay away from Tolbert. I just don't like any of those plays in this week. Even though the Bengals defense is bad, I would just stay away from them.
Yeah.
Who's the speedster? Kavontae Turpin. Maybe he does
Turpin.
something. If anybody does something,
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's Kavontae Turpin on the Dallas
Watch, yeah.
Cowboys. Are we all taking the Bengals? I am. I'm taking the Bengals.
Yeah.
I am.
Are you?
I am as well.
All right, we're clean sweep on the Bengals. We them boys, but not this week. At that, let me just get into my little bit of
Yeah,
a
I was
rant.
gonna say, I want to
Yeah.
hear about.
So this week I've been conversing with Colts fans who are on their bye week. I hope they're enjoying their bye week. One of our super fans, Red, is a Colts fan. I want to make sure that I note, Red, I'm not talking about you. But I've been in conversations with some Colts fans this week, and something that I have learned is that as Pittsburghers, as Steeler fans,
Mhm.
we have watched such quality football
Mhm.
that when we make comments, like we are blessed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? These
So are the Colts a little bit.
no, they aren't.
They had Peyton Manning.
They had the Peyton Manning
One
year.
year.
They had what?
He had 1 year that he went to the Super Bowl.
He was still a great quarterback.
Yeah,
Let
Marvin
me
Harrison
get-
Sr.
Let me get to my point.
Okay, good.
All right, let's hear it.
Jesus Christ.
We have had great quarterback play for so long and had great football play because of Mike Tomlin as a coach.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
agree with you.
watched the Colts game twice through, have the same feelings about the Colts and about Anthony Richardson, that he is undeveloped, that he is not very great in the pocket, that he runs away from pressure every single time, and then, is literally the least accurate starting quarterback in the NFL. And I had multiple Colts fans send me private messages and comment on our stuff, letting us know, hey, man, Anthony Richardson's actually pretty good. You don't actually watch the game in its full entirety. Brother, I watched the game in its full entirety. You are delusional. You are delusional if you think Anthony Richardson is extremely good at football. He has a lot of talent. Yes,
He
it
can
is
run.
raw talent. It is not honed in. He does not look good in any football game. He looks like he's an extremely athletic guy out there. That's it. He is not premier. He's a bottom 4 quarterback in this football league.
Literally.
So
Like-
let's take a chill pill. Maybe you guys rewatch the game. Maybe come watch a Steeler game so that
Yeah,
you
here
guys
we go.
understand what good football looks like. And that's what I got for you this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode here on YouTube and Spotify. Colts fans, enjoy your bye week. Watch the Steeler game so you get some real football looks.
Tell him how you really feel.
I
bro.
will.
Yeah.
And hey, if you're watching on TikTok or any of our live our live show, stay tuned. We're gonna be going into QnA in a minute. YouTube and TikTok, our YouTube and Spotify. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
Peace, guys.
I found a
Not even an hour.
apple flavor.
57 minutes.
Nice. Oh yeah.
I was trying to take. This thing did not work as well as I thought it would. I was trying to use my stopwatch so I could note moments to cut. Or cut that short.
Man, the YouTube is really behind.
Yeah, it is. Far behind. Oh, I forgot to put the over under and the spread on the ticker. Whatever. I mean, it's really behind on us, anyways.
Yeah, it's significantly behind.
Yeah. We weren't complaining.
Somebody else talk, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be too opposed to bowling.
I'm like kind of up in the air about it too, just because I've been like trying to take it in. You sleep good last night. You take a shower.
Oh, I took a
That's what got me bowling.
healthy shower and I slept for 14 straight hours.
That's like exactly what I did.
I've only been awake for like an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I slept from like 4 Same thing. I threw up in the shower as well. It was great. I was like, oh my god. I was drinking Gatorade. It was just pure Gatorade. 3 punch.
Yeah.
I'm good. You're good.
Send us, Paul. All right. Looks like we're coming back in.
We're here.
What is up, everybody? We're back. We're
back.
We're back.
I'm back.
We're in the live Q&A section. Apologize if you had any questions during the show. We are here for you now. We got them ready for you to be answered.
Yeah.
We're all yours. Let us
Shoot 'em.
know. You got any fantasy football questions for starts this week with all those injuries, or if you're taking a look at some bets this week and you just want our opinion on it, pop a question in the chat. We're here for you.
Or
Alan
anything you want to talk about.
Gabriel, I kind of knew you were going to come out with this question. I had a feeling of it. Allen, Charbonnet, or Westbrook in the flex?
I'm doing Westbrook QnA.
I would go Allen, man. I would go Allen against the Miami defense. Charbonnet against the Cardinals. The reason why I wouldn't pick him is because K9 was shut down against the Cardinals last time they played him. And Charbonnet isn't an upgrade to K9 in my opinion.
You
know
don't
what I mean?
think so?
Mm-mm. Do you think that Charbonnet is an upgrade to K9?
I think Miami's defense is better than Cardinals.
They
defense.
are. They are. I will give you that they are. You're going Westbrook and
I'm
Keenan.
going Westbrook QnA, man.
Gabriel,
Touchdowns.
I would stay with a running back just because running backs are a safer option. I'm going to go Allen. He's going Westbrook. Which way are you leading?
I'm going Westbrook.
You're going
Risk
Westbrook?
it for
All
the
right,
biscuit, man.
Gabriel, they're telling you to go Westbrook. They got the
This
winning
is
vote
do or
on
die
that.
week. You got to risk it.
Jordan, what's up, homie? My running game is so bad this week, I have to use Brooks. Who do you got, Jordan? There's a couple injuries out there. Elias, your season is cooked. Why, brother? What happened? What's going on? What's your record?
Hold on. This is good.
Oh, here we go. Start 2. Garendo, Swift, Myers, Rashad White. If Bucky doesn't play, because Bucky is questionable.
He is questionable.
Um,
He's on track.
I'm playing Myers.
I would play Myers
And Garendo.
Garendo. Yeah, those would be my 2
'cause
starters.
Swift is also questionable.
Yeah. I would go with Myers and Garendo for your situation, man. Guys, drop your questions in chat. We're in the live Q&A section of our
Elias,
podcast.
my season's cooked too, man. So
Yeah.
I feel you, brother.
Yeah, no problem, man. If you guys have any fantasy football questions, because you took
See?
our
There you
suggestion.
go.
yeah. He says JK. Yeah, no, what's going on with you, Elias? Did you have a big injury, man? Zeke, I hit your question here incorrectly. Zeke says, damn, I missed Charbonnet versus Braylon Allen question. Can I get a summary? Yeah, I would say that I would personally pick Braylon Allen because he is the better of the two backs. Charbonnet is playing against the Cardinals defense. Last time the Seahawks played the Cardinals, K9 was kind of shut down, so I don't really necessarily see Charbonnet being an upgrade to that situation. Oh, Elias said,
I started
a couple
QnA, though.
I apologize. We got
Yeah,
a couple
we got-
questions in there faster than I was able to click on them. Zeke, yeah, but I would go Braylon Allen personally. I am playing him myself just to give you the extra boost of confidence that I'm not just saying that, I'm also doing it. Ray says, should I start Westbrook Akine over DK Metcalf? No. If
Yeah, I can't.
I can't
No.
condone that
I'm
one.
starting
Ray.
him over
Yeah.
Charbonnet and Allen, but I
Yeah.
didn't start him over DK.
Not over DK.
No.
Gabriel, let me rephrase that. I start two. I need another running back with Henry on bye. Okay, yeah, Gabriel. So, who can he go with? So, Sharb, Braylon Allen, Rashad White. Those are the Flyers because of injuries. Jalen Warren would be a decent option too. I would take Jalen Warren over Jonathan Brooks this week. Jonathan Brooks against the Eagles and his number 2 back. I would take Gabriel.
Yeah, I would too.
If Jalen Warren's out there, take a look at him. Elias, would you go Adams or Thompson Jr. this week?
Thomas Jr.
I would go Tom. I said Thompson. Yeah,
Yeah,
Thomas Jr. would be
I'm
my
taking
pick.
Adams. I'm avoiding the Jaguars with it.
Even though they're playing the Titans?
Yeah, I just can't trust it.
Okay. He's leading Adams, who is a safe pick. I'm going to say Thomas Jr., and so is he, and it's just because he's playing a bad
I don't feel
team.
great about Adams either. I just can't trust
Right.
the Jaguars for
I
anything.
feel that vibe. Jordan says, Brees and Bucky might not play. I have Gibbs, and then he's going to have to play Brooks if that's the situation.
Oh.
Well, at least you're in like a I might situation. You know what I mean? D Strong, thank you for liking the live. Ray, thank you for following, brother. Next question here, if my mouse lets me. Why did that do that? Okay. Westbrook Akine is obviously not a starter on that. What's up, Flock? How you doing, man? Injuries, Colin specifically. Yeah, okay, Elias. I can understand why you're in the slumps for your team. Grant says Tyreek or BTJ this week. I think we're going Tyreek.
Easy, buddy.
I'm going Tyreek.
Easy, especially because Sauce Gardner isn't playing. Zeke, no problem, brother. Hopefully you're following along, man. We're here every Tuesday and Saturday. Hope to see you in the next lives. Jordan, BTJ, Thielen, Devontae, and Scandling in the flex. Yeah, which one of them do you want? I would say
Honestly, I may take Thielen.
I might take Thielen as well.
I think I would take Thielen.
Yeah,
as well,
Jordan,
too.
I would go with Thielen just because he's the most consistent for not only Bryce Young, but out of this list as well. Matthew wants to know, would you play Darnell Mooney or Isaac Garendo? I would go Garendo.
I'm going Garendo there, too.
Mooney plays against the Vikings defense. I would play the running back in that situation, Matthew. Thank you for your
I
question.
would play
man.
the running back. With Mooney's got a bad matchup.
Yeah, just a bad matchup for that one, exactly. Chris, is it safe to drop Hunt? I have Irving, Monty, and Dowdle. Chris, it is semi-safe. It is semi-safe.
It's safe enough.
man.
And you have Dowdle as your backup to Irving
Right.
or Monty if they go out. So you do have your 3 set-in-stone guys. If there is somebody out there in free agency that you think you'd be upgrading by dumping Hunt, then do so.
Yeah.
D Strong, new follower. What's up, brother? He says, start JSN, Braylon Allen, or Najee Harris. Great question.
Ooh.
I'm taking Najee.
I would take
think,
Najee.
and then JSN.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
it would be.
Allen.
We're all JSN Najee.
Yes.
Yeah.
D Strong, we're going to go Najee Harris is your number 1 play. JSN would be your backup play. Kurt wants to know Elijah Moore or Thielen and flex. Thielen is the answer
Yeah,
there,
it's
I'm
sir.
doing
Thielen.
Thielen.
Yes, sir. In Pittsburgh, don't like the Cleveland Browns that much. We got that question. Braden wants to know Garendo or Charbonnet.
Garendo.
I would go Garendo as well. I would go Garendo. Now, these are pretty good. This is pretty dang close.
Yeah.
This is pretty dang close.
I think I would
Braden.
go Charbonnet.
You're going to go Charbonnet?
Yeah. I would do Charbonnet.
I don't think he's crazy for saying that, Braden. This is a real big toss-up one.
Oh man, but you feel so bad playing Charbonnet.
That's what's
you know what I mean.
Braden,
No one wants to
That's
play
why
Charbonnet.
I'm not playing Charbonnet
I
is
mean,
because it makes me feel icky to play Charbonnet. I would go Garendo.
Make you feel icky playing Garendo too.
well,
It would make me feel icky having either one of these guys.
not
that,
bad.
That I'm forced to play one of these guys.
Alum, what's up, man? Alum has reached out to us with a couple of messages for some questions. Hasn't been able to make a lot of the live shows. Alum, glad to see you're in here.
man.
Poppy, what's up? What kickers do you guys like? I got to pick one up. If the Will Richard is available in your league, he's the Vikings kicker who's coming back this week off of IR. He's real good. and a lot of teams dropped him. Allen, I would look at Will Richard if he is available. Pick him up. I also
I
like
kind of like Myers against
Seattle or
the Cardinals.
The Cardinals, yeah.
Seattle's kicker.
I like McLaughlin for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well.
Yeah.
I like
That's-
that too.
If those
That's a
guys are
decent one.
available.
Tyler,
Go.
Braden, D. Strong, guys,
Yeah,
thank
thanks
you
for
for
the
the follows
follows.
there. Chris, you want us to rate your team? Yeah, whenever we find it, we will gladly rate it for you guys. We go straight down the list. We'll make sure that we answer your question. Kurt, thank you for those roses, man. Really appreciate you. She has returned. Yeah, what's up, Poppy? Jordan, should I play Neighbors or Garendo in the instance that Walker is out? Well, Neighbors is also real dinged up. Hasn't practiced all week, Jordan. So I'm going to lean Garendo in your situation.
Even
because,
if Neighbors was healthy, I think I'd lean Garendo. To be honest with you, he's been kind of disappointing.
Yeah, Jordan, I would go Garendo in your situation. If Walker is out, Garendo is your backup. No problem, Braden. Absolutely. Glad you're following along with this, man. Yeah, Alan, let us know if he's available. If he's not, let's take a look at who else might be available. Poppy, thoughts on Garendo? We're putting Garendo as a flex running back, right, guys?
I'd start him, yeah.
He's a flex running back, though. He doesn't make RB2, RB1 spots. In
Yeah,
your mind.
Garendo. Yeah.
Yeah, Garendo, Poppy. I like him
He'd
as
maybe be a 2-ish.
it's a bye week, so he's
Yeah.
getting a major bump because there's a lot of guys not playing. But he's a decent play this week, Poppy. Let us know who you're combating him, like who are the two people that you're juggling through
Yeah.
with Garendo to play. Chris, who would I start at wide receiver? Chris, I thought we were rating your team, brother. Either way, we'll let you know this. Puka, Brown, Evans, Jennings, BTJ, Westbrook.
I think the top 3.
Top 3, you're playing. You're playing those 3
Yeah, if
every
you
week.
wanna-
Evans is your flex guy. Brown is your wide receiver 2. Puka is your set in stone wide receiver 1.
You got
right?
buys. I guess you could play Westbrook or QnA.
Yeah, no, BTJ to cover your bye weeks. But Chris,
nah.
if you want a rating just on that, I'm giving a rating for your wide receiver core a 9.5. You have a great wide receiver core. Gavin, I missed your question. I apologize. Chuba Hubbard or Charbonnet?
Hubbard.
I would go Chuba Hubbard, even though he's playing the Eagles.
I'm still going Charbonnet.
You going Charbonnet?
Man, this guy's dying
He's
on the
vibing.
Charbonnet.
He's
What?
vibing.
Dude, Hubbard has a terrible matchup.
Gavin, you just jump back in the chat. He's saying Charbonnet. You got 2 votes, Chubbard over
Hubbard.
here.
Yeah.
He's vibing
Hubbard's
on Charbonnet
got a
this
terrible
week.
matchup.
It is
against
a
the
bad
Eagles,
matchup, but still. So Poppy, for what she is debating whether to play Garendo or not, it's Judy, BTJ, McConkey, or Garendo.
Judy.
No.
Against us? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say in my list would be McConkey, Garendo, BTJ, Judy.
Yeah.
That would be my list.
I think I would maybe still like Garendo over McConkey, but it's close. I basically same thing. Is what
Poppy,
you're saying.
why I would agree with him about Garendo over McConkey's, because McConkey is
the
listed
injury.
questionable, and he also plays in I think it's Sunday night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday
He
night.
plays in the Sunday night game, so if he gets marked as out, you're screwed. So that's why I have Garendo as a good play over McConkey, just for that, just to be safe. You know what I'm saying? Jordan's question.
No.
What? What
Don't
do you
keep
say?
Olave.
I have a lot, Jordan. I still have Olave. It depends on how many IR spots you have. If you have 2, then I would keep him. If you have 2 IR spots, if you have 1 IR spot, I would not keep him. That would be what I would say.
I wouldn't.
It doesn't really. It's leaning towards he's not playing the rest of the season. But at the chance that he does, and you have 2 IR spots, that's what I do. I'm keeping him for that. Who is Travis Homer, and is he a pickup? No, play somebody else, brother.
He's not a pickup.
He's not a pickup.
I'll be honest, I don't know who he is either, man.
He was a running
know
back
he's
for the
the-
Seattle Seahawks for a lot of years. He was like their kick returner, running back
Yeah.
3.
He was always
He's
backup
not. He's
running
not
back.
him. He's not him. I wouldn't say that he's a pickup. I would lean towards another backfield. There was a question in here that I thought I had missed. It was from Zeke. I apologize, Zeke. Purdy or Mahomes this week? Sorry if you missed. No,
didn't,
we
man.
missed it.
We
We
missed
missed
it,
it.
brother.
Zeke.
I would go with Purdy. I would go with Purdy this week. Mahomes plays against that Chargers defense. I think that he's going to probably toss up a pick or so, maybe be lower in his yardage this week. I would lean Purdy. Would you guys say
I'm
that?
probably
I would.
with you.
Yeah.
Close,
Purdy
though.
by.
A hair.
By a hair.
Yeah,
By a hair. But I would lean Purdy on that one. Technician, what's up, man? Playoff roster. He's got Goff, Gibbs, Jacobs, Amon-Ra, Higgins, Fergie, Connor, and his bench is Pickens, Russ, Stafford, DJ Moore.
I love it other than Ferg.
Technician, we're on your question right now. I see you just dropped back in. I think that – thank you for the gift there, Poppy. We love
Hey,
it. We
thanks,
love
Poppy.
it.
Thank you much.
Technician, I like your team a lot. I would be worried that you're playing a little bit too many Lions every week. If something happens, technician, that the Lions get beat down, like in one of your playoff games, that they just end up not doing very well, or they get benched because they've clinched. Now you're screwed. You know what I'm saying?
The benching because clinching is
Yes.
a huge thing.
Like
'Cause
week
I was going to say, if
17.
there was a team that you want to stack the deck on, it would probably be the Lions. But now this late in the season, it's like they've already clinched the playoffs.
Fantasy football playoffs, they could be
I've
benched.
lost because of that before, and it feels bad.
To me as well. Jordan, Charbonnet or Isaac this week? He's leaning Charbonnet. Jordan, we're leaning Isaac. So that's where we're at on that one. You got a 2-for-1 vote for anybody who wants to know Isaac or Charbonnet. It's 2-1 here. Ben over here has Charbonnet, and we're taking Isaac. That's just how we're running this week. Technician, thank you for the follow, man. Really appreciate it. Axel, thank you for the rose, dude. If you got a question in here, we promise we're getting to you. Chris, all right. Allen at wide receiver. All the wide receivers I listed. Okay. And then you did have great wide receivers. Your running backs, though, are Irving, Dowdle, Hunt, Montgomery, Allen, and your tight ends are Otten, Smith, and you have a kicker at Bates. Cool. I like Bates at kicker.
Bates.
I like your team.
I would say play Smith over Otten for your tight end, Chris. And then your wide receiver or your running back core looks good enough week over week. I think that
you got to be playing Montgomery too. Irving Montgomery.
Yeah, Irving Montgomery obviously is your starters. If Irving is out this week, Dowdle or Allen are your fill-in. Would you go Allen or Dowdle for him if Bucky doesn't play?
I would go Allen.
You would go Allen? Yeah, I would probably go Allen as well.
I was leaning that as well.
Rico did get his first touchdown last week, so there is that.
Yeah.
Had CMC. Oh yeah, we all know that story, Chris. Man, would you have thought that at the beginning of the season? Now you were a little bit worried if you were drafting him that he was going to be injured or get injured, but like, did you think he was going to play on like this?
I was saying since day one that CMC
he
isn't
was
going
due
to
for
play
one.
that much this year.
I've never drafted CMC ever in my life, guys.
No,
I've
I've been
drafted
saying
him
it since
1
the
year.
get-go that CMC wasn't going to play that much this year.
I've never had him. I'm
Like-
just him and like Saquon, who's doing great this year. I've always been scared to draft them. Axel, thank you for the bursts. I appreciate it. We're gonna get to your question if you have one in here. Promise next. Bucks kicker or Vikings kicker? I would go with Vikings
Bucks.
kicker.
Oh, you're not Bucks?
Yeah, Vikings kicker, 100%. He's the only one I would take over the Bucks kicker. Poppy, rate your team. Sure, we absolutely
just
will.
throw it in the chat.
I would go with the
Dolphins defense.
Bassam,
man.
Bassam,
You
I would go
you have to have a
Dolphins.
better option than either Bengals or Dolphins defense, I feel.
You picked up Poppy, you're going with the Bengals defense? I don't know, Poppy.
I don't feel good about that.
Axel's question, who sent us a few gifts here. Choose three. He's got Hopkins, he's got Jones, Garendo, or CD Lamb. I would say Jones, CD, but I'm scared of his questionable mark.
Who's Jones?
Jones is Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go Aaron Jones. That's my top pick out of that entire list is Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I would agree.
I would probably say if I'm picking three, I'm gonna go your first three, just because CD's dinged up. I'm a little bit worried about that.
I'm just swapping Hopkins and CD. I'd probably play CD ahead of Hopkins.
And that's fair too. I would go with the two running backs, and then because of the injury situation, I pick Hopkins over CD. But if CD ends up playing, he's obviously the better pick, right?
Axel Evans, 35, sent us.
Yeah, we're answering his question right now.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see that. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Alan, what do you think of my team? Tua, Cook, Bijan, Garendo, Keenan, Mooney, Kraft, Saints, and Richard.
I'm going to give you like an 8-7.
I'm going to give you like an 8-5. Your team starts out really solid, Alan. Those wide receivers are hit or miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Mooney and Keenan, they're hit or
But
miss.
I love the Kraft at tight end.
The Bassam, the Vikings kicker isn't out. Which kicker are you looking at? Are you looking at John Parker Romo, or are you looking at Will Richard? Because Will Richard should be activated. I thought they activated him last night. I remember them saying. Almost like 90% positive on that one.
I'll double check.
Yeah, double check on it. But I mean, Ross has him in his starting lineup. He's playing as his kicker. Let me see. I don't think we missed any questions. We didn't. Poppy, pop your team in there so we can rate it for you. Guys, let us know if you have any questions, fantasy football, you want to talk about your team. My hot take of the week is Colts fans are they love Richardson too much. way more than they should. They're a little delusional on how good of a football player he is. That's my hot take of the week. If you have anything to say on that, there you go.
Yeah, Richard's coming back.
Yeah, Richard's back. Bassam, you might just be looking at the how should I just just list them.
Yeah, just list them.
Just
Poppy.
list them. Just list them off. That's fine. We'll read them off for you. No big dealies. Yeah, guys, let us know if you have any fantasy football questions. Did Jonathan Taylor fall off, bro? He sure did, Jordan.
Yeah,
he was my number 1 draft pick because I thought that he would be the only thing on that team that's any good. He's getting 25 carries a game, but like
Not doing much.
not doing
Not doing
anything with
much.
them. I think that's all Jonathan Taylor's fault though now.
No.
I think it's the offensive line sucks.
It's because of the Colts fans' energy. Being
Uh,
down on them.
he definitely is
Oh,
falling off.
man.
I think it's on the play of the offensive line because even for the Anthony Richardson lovers, they do have a point that the offensive line is bad enough that he really can't do all that much, and I agree with them. Jordan, will Achane still do good this week against the Jets?
I think
Yes.
you got to play him. Yeah.
Yes, I think that regardless if he doesn't do good in the run game, he will do good in the pass game. So no matter what.
Thank you for sharing, Jordan.
Yeah, absolutely, Jordan.
Yeah,
we
I
really
think
appreciate
Achane
that.
is a play every week.
I think Achane is going to be a play every week. Alum says, "Yeah, my wide receivers have been so bad this year."
Ooh.
Where's Sutton at then? If you drafted him, did you trade him, Alum? Because if I was you, I would want Sutton as in your situation. Oh, he's on bye week.
He's on
He's
bye.
on bye week.
Yeah,
right now,
he's on bye week. Sorry, Alum, I forgot. Yeah, Broncos bye. Yeah, so it's gonna be a rough week. He thought he would have Olave and Ayuk for this week. and
Yeah.
he's down to
Oh,
Mooney and Allen. Oh boy. Well, fingers crossed for you, Allen. Final team rating. All right, Gabriel. He's got Baker, Achane, Allen, Jettas, Jennings, Gesicki at tight end, Westbrook at flex, Pitt defense, and Boswell.
I love it because of the pit defense impossible. But I would say like an 8-9, 9-1.
I'm giving you
it's
like
in
a-
that, it's in that range, just around the 9. I think it's good.
Like at 8-7, 8-6. That's what I got for you, Gabriel. It's pretty good. Allen is obviously a fill-in for you this week. I think that this week your team does look pretty good, though. You got Boswell in Pittsburgh kicking, and you got Steelers defense in Pittsburgh. Flock, what's up, dude?
Flock Vikings?
Alum, I have Knicks, Lutz, Sutton, Broncos defense. Oh, Alum, so you're a Broncos fan. Okay, cool, man.
Hey, man, I was just
Cool,
out
man.
in Denver. Beautiful area.
Okay. Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
For a long time.
The weather was just a week.
That felt like a long time. Let me see here. Quick MMA interjection. Anthony Smith versus Dominic Reyes. Thoughts, anyone? That's for Paul, our producer.
Oh,
He wants to know
man.
if any of you guys have any opinions on the UFC fights tonight. Or it's tonight?
Yeah.
Or are they going on right
Tonight. Yeah.
It's tonight.
I don't have an official opinion. I'm going to say Dominic Reyes because I think his name sounds cooler.
Yeah, Anthony's.
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Poppy, here's the team rating. She's got it up for us. She's got Josh Allen, Calvin Ridley, Garrett Wilson, Josh Jacobs, Monty, Otten, Mooney, Bass, Tampa Bay defense this week against the Raiders. Poppy, you get a 8-4.
Josh Allen, really
8-4. I think, and the reason why is your wide receivers are hit or miss. And that's the only reason why. Everything else is really good. Watching the Georgia game.
I give
Hell
her
yeah.
an 8-6.
8-6? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been like
You've been a little bit higher
I've
than
been
me.
consistently giving you just like a smidge more than you.
Mm-hmm. Are all y'all making the playoffs this year? Yeah, Jordan, I'm in 5 leagues. I'm making the playoffs in all 5 of them. All 5 of them.
I'm making it in one that matters, one that's free, and the 2 that I care about the most, I am not making. Most likely. I mean, there could still be a crazy chance in the one, but not likely.
I'm 3 out of 4.
You're 3 out of 4?
Mhm.
Yeah, I should. Right now, Jordan, I am in first place in all of my leagues except for one. I'm in second place. But my week's kind of looking bleak. I played
I
Jaden
don't
Reed.
know if that's true.
It is true. You go ahead and
Tom's league?
you go ahead and look that up. Yeah, you go ahead and do that,
I am-
and then let me know when I'm right. Poppy, I'm in first place. Let's go. Nice. How many people in your league, Poppy? And how much money is it worth? How much you gonna win if you take
He
the
is
thing?
in second.
I am in second. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Guys, let us know. How do you guys leagues break it down? Do you just do first place gets like a certain amount and second place wins their money back? Do you guys do most points gets something, anything like that? We're pretty flatline. I tried to add that other stuff in there, and people were like, no, don't play with the money. 10-man, $200. Okay, we'll get that money. Winner takes all for Gabriel. Okay.
Oh, that's a
Nice.
Man,
There
that
you
if
go.
you're in
That's-
second place,
yeah.
you hate your
Woo-wee.
life in your league, Gabriel. Flock says I fell to 4th in one of my leagues, still in playoffs, and still in 1st in the other. Nice. Gabe's in a 12-50. That's what ours is, Gabe.
Yeah.
It's a 12-man
$12.
$50.
We just don't
50
do winner
each.
take all.
Yeah, we do.
Second gets a hundo.
Second gets a hundo. First place gets 500 for our league. That's how we do it. I'm also in a league that's $100. He used to be in it.
Yeah.
It's a 10-man league, and winner takes all $1,000. Yeah, and I'm in first place. Let's go. I want that money. Jordan says I do top 3. Okay. 300 to first, 150 to second, 50 to third. Okay.
I can
That's
dig that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That's how our buddy Cody's league is.
Yeah.
So I do play in a league that's like that, Jordan. That's a smart way to do it. Let's let everybody get a little bit. Poppy, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you for
thank
the
you.
gifts. Poppy, you're our number 1 fan. I
Yeah.
hope you're on
Thank
our
you,
ticker.
Poppy.
You better be. I hope that they added you to the ticker. I'm not
What's the ticker?
the ticker right here that goes across the bottom of the screen. We put our number 1 fans on
No,
our ticker.
shit, I didn't even notice it.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Whoop whoop. She's on there. Guys, let us know if you have any other fantasy football questions. It might be a bowling Saturday for us. So as soon as you guys stop asking us questions, we might go try to bowl. Ben has been beating us in bowling the last time we
Yeah,
went.
Ben bowled one of the best games I've ever
He
seen.
bowled like a
someone bowl the other
189
day.
or something like that.
It should have been better though.
It should have been better.
Hit a turkey.
I hit 4 in a row.
I don't think I broke 100.
And a couple
more
of ones you screwed up, you had like 8. Like they were still decent throws. You know what I mean? Like
So it should have been better.
Gabe, he says I have to win this week to make it into the playoffs, but only still in it because of your guys' advice. Gabe,
You're
let's
welcome.
Hey, you're
go.
welcome, Gabe.
Gabe says, "Here we go." He's a Steeler fan. Let's go, Gabe.
Here we go.
Poppy, we are from Pittsburgh, so we are first Steeler fans, but individually, each of us have a favorite second team. His favorite team secondary is the
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
He is a Rams fan.
Yep.
And even though it's going to sound like it's bandwagon, they can tell you that it is not true. I'm a Detroit Lions fan.
It's not. He's not. This is not a bandwagon
He
fan.
got on right
Before.
He
got
like,
on,
s-
like, a couple years before.
Right before. Like he did get on though. I'll
Yes.
give him it.
So I'm a Lions guy in the background. That's my NFC team.
I'm thinking about picking up an NFC team. I don't have an NFC team.
Well, you should find one. It'd probably end up being
Well,
the
that's
Cardinals.
why. That's
It's
why
the
our
Giants or the
teams are
Bucks?
NFC teams.
Yeah. Well, I've always liked the
Jordan,
Dolphins a little
what's
bit.
your 10-man? What's your 10-man roster? I'll pull my 10-man roster, and you and I can compare. Let's do that, bro. I'll pull up your 10-man roster, pop it in the chat, and then we can compare and contrast. Alex, how y'all doing? We're doing great,
Doing
man.
pretty good, man.
Just getting over a cold, Alex. Glad to be feeling better. If Pickens doesn't play, who would you start? He has Wilson, MVS, Thielen.
Thielen, I would start, but I think Pickens is going to play.
I think Pickens is gonna play. I would
Yeah,
agree.
I think Pickens is going to play, but if he doesn't play Thielen,
Oh, Poppy is a Chargers fan. Poppy, I don't know if
Hey.
you can't see it, but I have a LT jersey in the old school navy up here in the corner. It's one of my favorite jerseys. I also have it in white, so I like the Chargers as well. You are a rare breed there, being a Chargers fan. You don't hear about a lot of Chargers
You know what,
fans
dude?
because
I-
they're
No.
moving from San Diego and
I
stuff.
Yeah.
was my brother's neighbors who live upstairs. I was out smoking a square,
Mhm.
and he was out grilling meat, and he was like, "Oh, how do you do it? Like, what's your football team?" I'm like, "The Steelers," and he was dressed head to toe. Chargers. I was like, I've never met a Chargers.
Yeah, bolt up for Poppy. Let's go. Let's go. Gabriel says, yeah. That's the next one. I apologize. I'm also his second team. He's a Lions fan. His dad has been a Lions fan his whole life. Hell yeah, Gabriel. You and me, dude. We're vibing. All right. So this is for Jordan, who says he's got the best 10-man roster out. He's got Murray, Kamara, Achane, Chase, Cup, Otten, London, Garendo, McLaughlin, and the Vikings.
Pretty good.
pretty good.
Maybe not the best 10-man out, man.
All right, Jordan. Let me get you my 10-man roster. I'm my team's pretty dang good.
I mean, I'm in the 12-man. I have Saquon and Derrick Henry.
Here's my 10-man for you. I have Jalen Hurts, St. Brown, Cooper Kupp, Kamara, Connor, Hawkinson, Jonathan Taylor, BTJ, Garendo, Braylon Allen, Nick Chubb, Aubrey is my kicker, and Minnesota defense.
You
we
listed like
doing
a
like
ton-
10-man
You
from
listed-
like
Yeah.
your 10-man league
That's my
team.
10-man league, yeah.
This is my 10-man league team.
Go ahead.
Since we're doing
Let me scroll
this.
down to the next question
So
for these guys.
so right now it's Tua, Barkley, Bijan, Evans, Cup, T.J. Hawkinson, Tracy, Vikings D, Sanders kicker from Miami.
Yeah, his team is pretty dang good. I think he beat me by a little bit on that. Jordan, you're a Raiders fan. That's
Oh,
okay.
man.
That's okay. Because they're gonna get like half of the Colorado University's team. They're gonna get Shadur Sanders.
They will probably get Shadur.
Jordan, you got to be hype about that, right?
They'll probably get Shadur, but you want Travis Hunter. I heard from an unanimous source that Travis Hunter is like the nicest dude ever.
Oh yeah.
He's apparently like a gem of a human. I also heard that Shadur Sanders is like
a douche.
he's not as much of a gem as Travis. We'll say that. We'll just say that he's not as much of a gem as Travis
Zeke,
Hunter.
appreciate you liking the live, man. Let's see here. My dad feel it for sure. Got him a Hutchinson jersey for Christmas last year. Oh, dude, what a great
That's
gift,
sick.
Gabriel.
That is
Nice.
That's an
sick.
awesome gift, man. Guys, let us know. You got anything else you want to talk about? We'll stay here as long as you got something to talk about, or if you got any questions. We're just realistically hanging out here at the end of the podcast here. Paul has an interjection here. He says NBA interjection. The Eastern Conference is awful, and the Western Conference looks like murderers right now.
Yep.
That is
I
kind of
agree
how
with
it
you,
is.
man.
That is kind of how it is right now. The East is looking kind of weak. Is the Celtics the only good team?
Surprisingly, the Cavaliers.
The
also
Cavaliers.
are crushing it.
Okay.
I have not even once looked.
See you, Poppy.
Take it
Oh,
easy,
wow.
Poppy.
Have a good afternoon,
Thank
Poppy.
you.
We'll talk to you later. Yeah, I'm a Timberwolves fan when it comes to basketball, but I do not watch anything else other than the NFL until the NFL is over.
That's kind of how
Pretty
I
much,
am.
like-
I'm a Suns guy. Big Suns guy.
Oh wow.
yeah, ninth.
Long
yeah.
time Suns guy. I bet money on the Suns against the Heat.
Oh,
Battle of the Sun.
one of our regular guests is a Suns fan.
Oh, hell yeah,
It
man.
is Flock Vikings.
Is it really?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
He is a Suns fan, and I have been forgetting to re-mention it to you. So
Oh,
next
that's
time
awesome,
he's in
man.
there, you'll have to talk to him about it. He's from Iowa and is a Suns
I'm
fan.
from Pittsburgh, and I'm a Suns fan.
Yeah, Suns fans across the world. Guys, let us know if you have any last-second questions here. We'll stay in chat for a couple more minutes here. If you got anything that you want to talk about, any sports-related, UFC tonight, NFL this weekend,
State,
fantasy
Oregon?
football. Penn State, Oregon tonight.
Yeah.
Jin, what is up, dude? How are you doing, man? Jin's a Cowboys fan. Jin wants those Bengals to get crushed this weekend. I can't let it happen though. I need it for fantasy football. Bengals got to do really
I
good.
just don't see
They
it.
got to do really good, Jin. I'm sorry, homie. Yeah, let us know, guys. You got any other fantasy football questions? Anything you want to talk about? We'll hang out and chat here for about 5 more minutes. If it stays stale and we're just talking to each other, we'll cut it early. No big deal.
You guys
Let's get
wanna
to that
go
point.
bowling?
I'd be okay with bowling. I have to think about it for a minute. Zeke says Bengals buy $1 billion. Who day?
That's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Zeke,
man.
are you from Cincy, man? Are you a big Bengals fan? I'm gonna assume you're. Yeah, man, what a great offense.
I mean, either
Yeah.
that or he just hates the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, which is easy to
Which
do.
is- yeah, which-
pretty easy to do.
Yeah, like-
It's really hard for me to love and not hate the Bengals. It's hard
Well,
for me to love them, and it's also hard for me to
I
not
don't
hate
like them at all.
You don't?
I mean, their offense is impressive to watch, and I don't hate watching their offense. I don't find any of them like obnoxious, but they're Steelers like they're Steelers rivals. So they're not the Ravens. You know, I hate the
Yeah,
Ravens.
no,
I don't
hate the
hate the
Yeah.
Bengals like I hate the Ravens.
Yeah.
But it's still like I'm not rooting for the Bengals.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think Joe
No,
Burrow is
it's
just
like-
so good.
I could get
He
knocked.
is.
I could get knocked out, have my memory erased, right? And
And
I
you-
would never be a Bengals fan.
Okay. Man, Zeke, they're giving it to you
You know
harsh,
what Bengal though
dog.
I surprisingly used to like.
Yeah, T. Higgins.
No. He's an older Bengal.
Who's
Vontaze
Mizzou?
Perfect.
Vontaze
I actually
Burfict.
liked him. I was
What
like,
a
this
terrible
dude-
take. What a terrible take.
Despite him being so
Uh,
30, I liked him.
Jin says he's with us. He also wants the Cowboys to lose because he wants a better draft pick.
Okay.
All right, Jin. That's
There
a
we
smart
go.
thinking, my dude. Zeke says he's Cincy born and he hates the Cowboys.
See, yeah, see, I told you.
Absolutely, I can feel that. You want McCarthy fired, Jin? I would agree with that. McCarthy's from our area, somewhere in Pittsburgh. He's
I
from
think
here.
He's from like Moon.
Yeah, he is. He's from Coriopolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Jin, I don't think that the Mike McCarthy thing is really working out. I also think that paying Dak that much money is really screwed the
helping
makeup of that roster. They can't
Yeah.
afford anybody else.
So,
Um,
him and CD, both their contracts.
Both are, yeah. Well, yeah, CD's is really high too. Yeah, you're not
Mhm.
wrong, but I think his is more well deserved than.
Oh yeah, for
Dak's.
sure. It's
Uh,
much more deserved than
Yeah.
Dak's
Uh,
contract.
Paul says upstairs. He says there's an NFL interjection here. Maple Leafs, Capitals, Washington or Minnesota Wild, and the Golden Knights are the leading their conferences right now.
Oh,
I haven't been
interesting.
paying attention.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah,
either.
to
no,
much
like,
hockey.
Yeah, it's
Zeke,
football
have a good
season
night,
right
man.
now,
I hope
so
you're
I
following
haven't-
along. We're live often. We're live every Tuesday, every Saturday. Make sure you're following along. We'll be here for all sports talk from here on out. Glad to have you a part of the team, man. Guys, let us know if you have any other questions here. Getting towards, what time is it? 5:30.
5:30. We have time.
We
We have a little time.
I ain't got shit to do.
If you've got anything you guys want to talk about, drop it in the chat. I genuinely weeped when they paid Dak. Oh, dude. Yeah.
That's
Also,
brilliant.
my only slimmer of hope of getting a new coach. Yeah, if what do you think? Do you think Jerry Jeudy will get a new coach? Do you think he'll just
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones?
Jerry
Yeah,
Jones.
whoops.
Jerry,
Um,
imagine if Jerry Jeudy was running the Cowboys.
Probably better off. Jerry Jeudy would be a good addition
Yeah.
for them.
I do think he's going to get a new coach. I think it's going to be Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel would be
Mike
a
Vrabel
good.
deserves a coaching job. He was a good coach. He got railroaded. I don't actually know why he doesn't have a job right now.
He took a year off.
He was just like, I'm taking the year
Yeah,
off.
I think he's in.
He
A,
got fired, but then he was just like, I'm taking
I
the
think
year
he's
off.
in an advisory role somewhere, which is what a lot of head coaches do. They just
Mhm.
like sit in the background, and be like, "Hey, just looking at what you're doing.
Mhm.
Here's some
This
ideas."
is my year off. I'm just chilling in the back.
They call him like an offensive analyst
Yeah.
or something like
Former
that. But
Steeler Mike Vrabel.
yeah, I got a stat for you.
Just sit there and read the rough draft.
Yeah, I got a
for you.
stat for you about Mike Vrabel. Do you know that Mike Vrabel? I can't remember the exact number. I'm just gonna say it's 10. It might be 7, something in there. But Mike,
Oh, I know. I kind of
do you know the stat?
I don't remember the. Go ahead.
Every one of Mike Vrabel's catches as an offensive player in the NFL
Mhm.
is for a touchdown.
Yeah, that
Every
was
single
it.
one
I
of
was
them.
gonna say
Yeah,
I knew it
every
was
single
something
one.
weird.
I forget how many that there
Actually,
were.
I got a couple weird stats for you. I wrote these down, and I will read them off to you. You guys are gonna think these are pretty cool. I will ask you a couple of them as questions to see if you guys can figure out the answers. They are going to be a little hard, so just bear with it. All right. So in 2014, what NFL team had 0 wide receivers catch a touchdown? He can see it.
I can't see it. Oh, I can
What
see it now.
NFL team in 2014
In 2014,
had 0 wide receiver touchdowns?
had 0 wide receiver touchdowns. Guys in chat, if you want to join along answering these questions, you're more than welcome to. Jin says, I'd be okay with Vrabel, but the entire coaching staff would be in shambles. Yeah, you're not wrong. They would have to go get new everybody's.
Yeah, you are right.
New everybody's, because Vrabel's no good as an offensive coach, for
Damn
sure.
it. See, this is a bad question for me because I was still in the Army in 2014.
You want me to give
And
it to you?
depending on the time of the year. Well, no, I was back from Afghanistan. by then.
Just take a guess, team.
Thanks for the light, guy.
Man.
It's the Chiefs.
It's the Chiefs?
Yes.
Oh, God.
All right, hit me with one.
All right, the next unbelievable stat is for Lewis. In 2014, this running back recorded
2004.
2004, sorry. 2004, this running back had 5 carries for 1 yard and 3 touchdowns in a football game.
Jerome
Who
Bettis.
was it? It was Jerome Bettis. You
Hey,
are
here
correct.
we go.
Ben got one for you here. Okay. In 1999, okay,
Okay.
the Jaguars only lost 3 games. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
2 regular season, 1 in the AFC Championship game.
Mhm.
They were all to the same team. Who is that team?
In 99.
In 1999, who is it?
Oh, my God.
He says the Lions. No, it wasn't the Lions.
No, wasn't the Lions. Oh, man. Who went to the Super Bowl that year? Was it?
Colts. No, Jim,
No, it
not the
wasn't the
Colts. You're
Colts.
close, though.
Wasn't the Colts. 99.
This team lost the Super Bowl to the Rams.
The Titans.
It is the Titans. Yes,
Oh,
correct.
man.
All right, guys. Next question. Oh, this one's too hard. You won't get that one. All right, here we go. No, that one's not for. I don't want to get ones that you'll be able to get. All right, here we go. The third longest punt in NFL history is 91 yards. It was not kicked by a kicker. It was kicked by a Philadelphia Eagle quarterback. Who was it? You would know this guy, too. Popular name, guys. Texans wasn't right. It wasn't.
Quarterback.
It's not McNabb, but it's right before
A
McNabb.
quarterback.
It's a quarterback.
I was gonna say McNabb. I don't remember who was before.
He played for the Vikings after this.
Oh, no, it's not Dante Culpepper.
Nope.
It's, I don't know.
Randall Cunningham.
Oh man, I should have known.
That was the only other.
Damn.
That was the other big name one.
You know, like
Yeah.
Randall Cunningham.
That was
I
all
knew
of them.
that. I knew that without me looking at
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I
I
should
did
have
not
asked you
know.
that
You should
one.
have asked me that.
Man, well he won because he got one right.
I knew Jerome Bettis off
He
the
did
top.
win.
Oh no, you got
No.
the Titans
Yeah,
right.
you got the Titans.
1-1. I'll have more trivia questions for you guys next week. I just wanted to bring a couple for
I'm a
today.
king of trivia. Do you
Yeah.
know that on the United flight to Denver, across all Denver flights in America,
Mhm.
I was on the top 10 leaderboard.
You know, I did see that on the news. You're right. I'm glad you asked me
Oh
that
my
because they
goodness.
I
had
was
that on
so hyped. I was
that
like,
was
oh
on
my
ABC's
God.
number
I
one
was like,
coverage news.
Islamabad, this river, just random.
Did you
stuff.
guys know that on Spirit Airline, I'm the number
It
one
was
trivia
United,
guy.
United flights.
Oh my
United
goodness,
flights.
guys! Let's know if you have any other fantasy football questions. If you want to
Dude, I
hear
was
about
asked.
how Lou is the number one at the toilet bowl,
No, I was 7. I was 7 out of 10.
let us know. We'll hang out for a couple more minutes here. We're just in the Q&A process or portion of our podcast, just hanging out. Had a little couple trivia questions for you guys today. They were decent. Those were decent trivia questions.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, let us know. I
First
do have
one
a
you gave me was hard as shit.
yeah but that's a crazy stat, isn't it? That in 2014 they didn't score a
Who would
single.
have been their quarterback?
It would have been. It would have been.
Was it Alex?
Jin, I
No,
feel
Yeah,
you, man.
Alex
Number
Smith.
7
Alex
in
That would have been,
Chili's
that would've been the year he
trivia.
would have been drafted.
No, Alex Smith was drafted in like 2000.
Let's look.
Eight.
2008,
Jin, if you could
4.
believe it or not, one time
Or
I was
July
actually
4th,
kicked
something
out
like
of a Chili's.
Dude, I would. Yes, he was kicked out of a Chili's before. Chili's is making a comeback.
Yeah.
I would go Braylon Allen over Mooney there, brother. Your name never pops up on a cool co. I would go with Braylon Allen in your situation. Yeah, it's very believable. Paul says that he got kicked out. Jin wants to know why he got kicked out. Tell him.
I'll tell you why I got kicked out. So I'm at Chili's. I don't even know why I guess we're eating. I don't know if we're going to a movie or something.
He was
prior.
drinking.
But so I'm in there, I'm drinking whatever I'm drinking, and I see the mirror, and I'm like, man, this place is huge. Because I see the mirror, and I'm like thinking it's like extended restaurant, but it's actually just everything behind me. But like while I'm drunk, I'm walking up to the mirror to be like, damn, this place is gigantic. I'm like just like slowly encroaching upon a family, like eating their food. I wasn't like loud or obnoxious or bothering them, but I got within probably like 2 feet of their table because the mirror was like right above them. So I went
But it
back to
wasn't
the
a
bar,
mirror.
and the bartender was like, "You gotta get this guy can't be here right now."
Jin. Yeah,
So,
basically
but it wasn't a mirror. It was.
it
It
was
was a mirror.
Oh,
It
No.
was a
was?
big long
So,
mirror.
have you ever been in one of those restaurants that, like, at shoulder height, they just have a mirror to make it look the presence of the room bigger?
Oh yeah.
So Lou got confused and thought that was a window,
Yeah.
and was so in awe over the fact that this mirror was a window.
I was like, "Man, Chili's, this is like double the size I thought it was."
There's a family eating right here, and he is standing about this close to their table, going, "Whoa, this restaurant is huge!" And Chili's was like, "Sir, you need to get out of here." Flock is back in the chat. That's who I said was our Vikings fan.
Paul, that's funny as shit.
What did he say?
He
Honestly,
said
that's like the most
Lou
tame.
getting kicked
Yeah,
out of someone's
yeah.
story ever.
Lou also got
True.
kicked out of a Mercedes-Benz dealership
Yeah,
once, but
we're
we'll
not-
save that
we'll
story
save
for
that
another
a
day.
rainy day.
Jen, let's just say there are a lot of funny stories about what Lou has decided to do with his life. We'll just tell you that. Guys, you got any more questions or anything you want to talk about, pop it in chat here. Yeah, it's getting close. So we'll go for another about 5 minutes here. If nothing happens, we'll just continue to hang out. There is one thing that in the future I would like to start doing in Q&A. We can bring these guys in as callers, so they can we can put the schedule up and kind of go over each game and see where our viewers think that the wins and losses were, and compare them against ours, stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's something that we can do in the
Something we can
future.
do, for
We're
sure.
gonna We're going to work on that. If you're one of our all-the-time fans who's been here as we started our podcast at the beginning of the season, we're going to get you in first, so make sure that you're ready for that. Flock says, I'm ready for Kirk to come back to Minnesota
I think
tomorrow.
Minnesota's going to beat the shit out of him, buddy.
Yeah, he's a Vikings fan,
Yeah.
so he's on the same board with you. Flock, this is Lou. He is the one who is the big Suns fan as well.
I'm the Suns fan. He was telling me that.
Yeah, so you guys will have to link up and talk about some Suns stuff.
I got the Suns over the Heat tonight. They were the underdog. Plus
Oh, yeah?
185 plus 6.5 spread. I took the money line. I feel good about them. Miami's not that good.
Okay, let me check out. I didn't pop over here. We did answer all of our questions from YouTube.
I'm a
earlier.
long-time Suns
That's
fan
good.
too, guy.
Yeah, guys, let
Steve
us know.
Nash days.
You got any questions that you want answered in regards to fantasy football, or if you just want to talk about a subject sports-wise, that's what we're here for.
We're
talk-
live, whatever.
What? Yeah, honestly, whatever. We're giving Lou stories at this point in time of the day. He says KD is having trouble.
He is
yeah.
having trouble. Yeah, but he's still so nice. He's like automatic when he's out there.
I haven't watched any.
Yeah, I mean, I catch the highlights because when football's over, I'll really
old
get
is he?
into it. He's like 36, I believe. He's getting there.
Yeah.
But his game translates to like he just chills. I mean, he's so tall. He's like 7 foot tall on this, so
Yeah.
he just jumps up and he drains
Balls
it.
out on
He just
people.
drains it. He doesn't
Balls
have
out
to do
on
it.
people.
He plays good defense. I don't think no changes need to be made or anything, man. I think we're just gonna run with it.
Jin needs
Hopefully it works.
a backup tight end. His options are Fryermuth, Gray, Disley, and Gesicki. You go with Fryermuth, brother.
Yeah, go with Fryermuth.
Yeah,
this
go
week.
with Fryermuth.
I am gonna go with Fryermuth.
And it's just for a backup tight end, too. I would 100% go with Fryermuth in your situation, Jin. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know if you have any other questions here. We're going to be closing up shop here in a minute or two. If you have any last-second questions that you wanted to get in chat, wanted to get answered before your matchup for tomorrow, anything in regards to your bets that you had questions about, drop them
See,
in.
I like Nurkic, man. I think he gets a bad rap. No team's ever going to be perfect, and he plays all right. He plays all right. We have so much money spent elsewhere. I do agree with you. We do kind of need an upgraded center, but I like Nurkic more than I like DeAndre Ayton.
Aaron,
DeAndre Ayton him, dude.
Aaron, I would play the Steelers defense tomorrow in Pittsburgh. Revenge game in Pittsburgh. Aaron, other fact, if you're just joining in, the Cleveland Browns haven't won in Pittsburgh in over 20 years. We're going to win. We're going to win tomorrow, and we're probably going to mop up a little bit as well. That's how I feel this goes. Pittsburgh Steelers fans make it really hard for Cleveland to do anything in their stadium. We scream at the top of our lungs. You can stand anywhere in Pittsburgh, and you know there's a Steeler game going on when we play the Browns because we're just...
Did you guys happen to see the Jameis whenever he did the ESPN thing with Bo Nix? Like Bo Nix was
Yeah.
here's the tail
Yeah.
of
Oh,
the
yeah,
tail.
he was
like,
He started eating W's
yeah,
again.
yeah, that was cracking
Yeah.
up.
Here's the thing, Jen. He does look dangerous, but also he is like that dude who's like, there's somebody down there, and just throws the ball.
Literally.
Those 3 interceptions, Jim, that he had in the last game, they really damn him because the one was a bad pass to Njoku in triple coverage to lose the football game. So
And the other 2 went for touchdowns.
and the other 2 went for touchdowns, yeah. So, Jen, that's why I'm not 100% scared of him because as good as he is bad.
Yeah, you could also tell he used to play baseball based on
Oh,
how
yeah.
he throws the ball. Like I really,
Oh, yeah.
He was drafted.
I really noticed that when they played the Denver Broncos. I was like, holy shit, this guy fucking slinging it like a fucking
Yeah,
baseball.
he got drafted.
He got drafted.
Yeah, I knew he
him
was-
and
I knew
Russell
he was
Wilson.
up there,
I
yeah.
forget who drafted him, but
He was on the team with like some MLB players.
I'm not sure. I know that Russell Wilson was drafted and played for the Yankees. That's who he played for.
I don't think he actually played.
Yeah, he did. Shortstop.
Did he?
Yeah,
Maybe,
in
yeah.
like spring and summer. So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like when it didn't matter,
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of.
Yeah, but when Jameis throws like short to mid passes, it looks almost like he's throwing a baseball.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
he's
no, for sure.
throwing like this. Yes, for sure. He has big hands too, which allows him to do that.
Yeah.
Dude, he has a cannon of an arm. It's just like he just is he's a
And
He's the
used
definition
to
of a
be
gunslinger.
blind. He used to be blind.
Yeah, he did.
Playing
I know
quarterback.
That. Yeah.
which is
Like-
wild.
And
30
he threw, and he-
TDs, 30
he threw
ends.
5,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 30 interceptions.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Jameis Winston is one of my favorite characters in the NFL
is-
by
he is a
a
gem.
large margin. He's
yeah.
just
I wish the Steelers would have signed him as
as
like
a backup. Yeah,
Like,
me
that'd
too.
be-
I was calling for it. Let me see here. Next question was Jen. He says, "I feel like Jameis is what Tebow should have been."
You're right.
Dude, that's exactly what it is. Oh my goodness.
Tebow was trying, but he just couldn't get across.
His throwing mechanics were awful. Tebow.
Dude, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. What Tebow is is outside of football. Jameis is not. Tebow does some weird stuff outside of his life on television and in
What
sports.
does he do? I honestly haven't seen him since he beat us.
Well,
in
it's
that
not-
Look
playoff
up
game.
Tim. Look,
He's
I'm
just-
not going to tell you what he does, but just look up Tim Tebow Philippines when we end the podcast today.
Yeah,
and
no,
that'll
'cause
let
he
you
grew
know.
up real Christian and everything, and he's still real Christian.
Ah,
and like,
okay.
you know,
Well, I'm not
so
gonna knock him for
it's
being.
not
No,
like
no,
weird,
it's not
but,
that.
like,
No, there's something that he is doing that I can't mention on the podcast that is something that is very weird.
Okay.
Check it
I'll
out.
look at
Google it. Philippines, Tim Tebow.
Jesus.
That'll give you your answer.
This was a dark turn.
Yeah. Let's see here. The next one here was from Flock. He says 6-3 Texas.
I think I got Texas winning it.
I got Texas winning it as well.
Flock, you like Penn State or Oregon?
Ooh, yeah, Flock. Who you like tonight? Penn State or Oregon? He's a
Oregon's
Iowa
gonna
guy.
crush 'em.
He thinks that the Iowa running back is someone to look out in this year's draft.
Ooh.
Yeah, but Oregon's gonna crush Penn State.
I think so too.
You think
I'm
so?
not a Penn
Yeah.
State guy.
Who do you guys think in chat before we end today? Penn State, Oregon. Who do you think wins the game? I think I'll put a bet on it. Based on what you guys say in here, I'll put a bet on it. Let us know. Flock says Oregon.
I
Yeah.
agree with you, man.
What do you
Yeah.
think, Jen? Are you still in chat? Who do you
And I
think wins
even
this game?
am normally like a Penn State fan, but they're not gonna win this game.
Yeah, I don't think that they win. If they do, what's the odds on it? Would you mind pulling it up? Jordan, jump back in chat. Who
believe
do you
it's,
think
like,
wins tonight? Oregon or Penn
Kind
State, brother?
tight. I believe the odds are kind of tight.
Is it tight, like 3.5?
It was-
like
I-
something
I don't
around
remember
that.
this
Yes.
one.
Okay. Okay.
I'll look.
I want to take it.
Well,
Jordan
it's
thinks
3.5.
Penn State.
It's 3.5 Penn State.
I thought.
Yeah.
Plus 150 money line.
Ooh. What's the over under? Jen
50
says
and a half.
Oregon, but I wouldn't be shocked if it goes to OT.
I would
Jen,
be shocked if it goes to
I
OT.
agree with you. Jonathan Jones, welcome into the live, brother.
You guys like 50 and a half is the over under?
Yes, it's a college football game, yes.
Over the under?
Over.
Over?
Yes.
50?
Over. Yes.
Over
Over.
Oregon, Penn
How many
State?
times are you going to say it?
Over.
I'm just making sure, man. I'm talking
Over,
to the chat, bro.
over. Yes. What's the backstory to the podcast, Jordan? Backstory to the podcast is me and Ben used to play a video game in Discord, and we would talk about how we should start a football podcast, and we did that over and over again. And then one day, we were on the back patio of the local dive bar, and I said, guys, we're going to start this podcast, and we're going to start it today. And
They
I
called
turned my
me-
phone on.
called me to do it.
I turned my phone on, and if you go to our TikTok page, you'll see it. It's a 50-minute video. That's our very first podcast. If you look at what our podcast looked at from the start of this season to the end of this season,
Huge difference.
Yeah,
it's
huge
completely
difference.
different. Big props
Huge
to our
difference.
producer, Paul. He takes care of most of that for us. We also, we're on our YouTube, he says. Yes, it is on our
Yeah.
YouTube as well, Paul. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, guys, help us out. Go over to our YouTube. Give us a follow on YouTube. Help us out in that world as well. Just so we have you guys everywhere in case, TikTok at the end of this year, there's some like regulations that they might get shut down in the United States if they don't
Really?
get sold. Yes, that just went down. So I don't want to lose our fans. I love talking to you guys. So make sure that you're at least on 2 of our platforms so that we don't lose you if something ever happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We love hanging
Yeah,
out
we
with
don't
you
wanna
guys.
lose you
and
guys.
Don't want to lose being able to talk to you and you not being able to see us. So make sure you're at least on 2 of our platforms with us so that we can have you around, man. I won't be watching, though, Flock says. I'll be watching Iowa women's basketball versus Tennessee. Come on, Flock. What? Why? I know he's an Iowa guy. He's an Iowa guy, and I understand
that's what
that.
Caitlin
He's
Clark was,
vibing for his people, and I get that. But this is like bowl game championships here.
So,
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not.
so the over under of that game, the Oregon Penn State game, was
Yes, sir.
50 and a half.
Okay.
And the under or the over is minus 115 at 50 and a half, which makes it that's the favorite.
Yeah.
At 51 and a half, it is now the underdog. So I don't know how good I feel about betting on this at all. It's plus 105 at 51 and a half, so one more point.
Take 51.5. Over 51.5.
Take under 50.
Oregon
I don't
money
know,
line.
man.
Boom. Win. Guys, let us know
I
if you
don't
have
know,
any
man.
last second questions here. Lou's debating his life. Yeah, Flock, you need to
I'm not
turn it
debating
back
my
and
life.
forth. You
I know
can't
what I'm
just be
doing.
watching a volleyball game or basketball game, cuz. I will say, if there was any other sport that I would watch other than football right now, It would be the college women's volleyball tournament. They're like March Madness is going on.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
because Pitt
And
is
Pitt's number
Pitt's
one.
number one in the country
That's the
for
only reason
volleyball.
why I would watch it because I would like Flock is I would rep for my people here in Pittsburgh.
I don't care about.
Yeah,
Pitt
but I just don't
volleyball
care
at all.
that much to be honest. So I'm gonna watch the Penn State game.
And I'm not like a Pitt person either. So
I am for basketball. Let us know, guys. Any last second questions? We're gonna probably close out in a minute or two here. End the day. Maybe go bowling. Maybe go back to our houses. We haven't decided. We're boring.
yeah.
But yeah, let us know if you got anything last second that you want to ask us in regards to your fantasy football team. We're kind of just talking about college football at this point. Big bye weeks
I
this
took
week.
over 51 and a half.
Over 51.5?
I took the extra
Good.
point for the extra payout.
Good.
You told me to. So if I lose this money, come through.
Well, guys, at that, I am going to go ahead and close it off for the day. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We will see you on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you win your fantasy weeks. I hope you're in the playoffs with us to talk about that next week. Guys, peace out. Oh, no, Jen. Yes, play Firemuth. Play Firemuth.
Oh yeah, play Fryermuth.
Jen, we got you because you're one of our boys.
Yeah.
We got you. Play Firemuth.
Kincaid,
At that,
man.
have a good weekend, guys. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Peace out.
Later.
Peace.